Boom. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. Yes, that's right. We are live. We are live and back at it again. We are the Wrasslin for Life Network. Thank you for being here with us today. Happy Friday, Junior. I hope everyone had a safe and happy day. But we are going to roll through. We got some Impact Wrestling. I already have some GCW on as well as Jordan Oliver comes to the ring. We're going to get into all of it, plus AEW news, plus WWE news. So much more to talk about, so much more to get into. I see that chat lighting up already, folks. So strap in, strap on, grab your snacks, grab your feel good, put a smile on your face. It's going to be a fun one. Let's go. Ding, ding, ding. We are live. We are live. We are live. And as we open the show, friend of the show, Cole Radrick, on his way to the ring to take on Jordan Oliver. But we will have some Impact coming up in a bit. We'll also have Luna Havoc. We'll also have a whole lot of chaos and a lot of wrestling to talk about. Lots to get into. The IWC has been alive for the last few days. Big shows, big announcements, big news. We'll find out what it all means. But for at least 2+ hours, I am going to be the one taking you through it. And I am Mr. Every Night, KJ White, the Iron Man of YouTube. Big shout out to CJ, Big Nick, and everyone else is part of the family. Big shout out to the chat. Like I said, I hope everyone else out there is having a safe and happy day. Hope your week has gone smooth. You've done it. Friday. We're on the cusp of Friday. The weekend is upon us. So, folks, like I said, it's going to be a good one. I'm looking forward to this match, and I know we didn't really advertise that we were going to be covering GCW, but you know us. We cover it all, and yeah, we're setting up for the ding, ding, ding between Cole and Jordan. But, folks, I will take a second to remind everybody, if you were just tuning in, we are your alternative commentary to all the wrestling. We will be back tomorrow night, Friday. We got SmackDown. Who knows what else we're doing, and if not, if you don't see us this weekend, we will be back all through the week. Plus, we're putting out shorts. Plus, we're on Instagram. Plus, we're in the Discord. Plus. So go check it all out. Go check those links below. Join the family. Be a friend. Tell a friend. And let's see what the chat is saying to kick off the night. But Damien's one of the early birds as usual. Looking forward to Steve Maclin versus Rhino. Yes, heavyweight title is on the line tonight. Maclin will defend against Rhino. Now, do keep in mind, he's got PCO looking over his shoulder for Under Siege as well. So this should be a good match. A veteran, the newly crowned champion. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a good one, folks. Looking forward. Damien always looking forward. Taylor Wilde, Kylan King, Deanna Purrazzo, and Jordan Grace for the tag titles. This one's interesting just because Deanna and Grace are kind of, been back and forth with that belt that Deanna Purrazzo currently holds. So could they potentially win the tag titles? And yeah, I don't know how they write that through, but we'll see. Lots of intrigue with that one, folks. And somewhere in the background also is Ring of Honor exists. So much wrestling to cover, so much to get into. Gore. Still one of my favorite calls in pro wrestling. Absolutely, Big Nick. Big shout out. Welcome back. Joe versus Blake Christian kicking off show. See, Monty, keep me up to date. I think we did, Mick. No, if you can stay on your best behavior and be a nice guy, we'll keep you here. It's nothing but love, buddy. Nothing but love. Tony's Dark Nightmare. Whew. That's like being trapped with Vince McMahon and Triple H in a room for 3 days. That would be Tony's big nightmare, among other things, I suppose. What's up, Boston? How you doing? Welcome. Oh, man. Big Dog coming with the gimmick. Oh, you didn't know? You better call somebody. So you just skipped your ass, better call somebody? Oh, we'll get back to that. It's me. It's the D.O. freaking G. Hanging once again with the Raw Dog and Tricky Nicky. I like it. Let's see if we can make a little noise up in this building tonight. I like it, big dog. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. As I always say, strap in, strap on. It's going to be a fun one. So, woohoo. Wait, more gimmick. More gimmick. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Big Dog Inc. proudly brings to you its undisputed tag stream champions of the world, the Raw Dog KJ White, the Madass Big Nicky, who's not here at the moment, but we are your tag stream champions, as mentioned, and he will be back tomorrow night. We will both be here for a very anticipated SmackDown. Of course, Rampage is on a floating schedule, so I do believe that is on Saturday. So, yeah, apparently we're only going to have SmackDown, but there's other things going on in the wrestling world as well. So you never know on a Friday when we're going to start and when we're going to stop. The old school Outlaws. And if you're not down with that, we got two words for you. Click it. Not check it. Click it. Like, the subscribe. Click them all. Click them both. Let's go. There you go. There you go. So get your vitamins. Bust open your Red Bulls. Are you sure you're not Nick? Is Big Dog Big Nick? Are you guys the same person? Like, I'm starting to wonder here. Get your vitamins and open your Red Bulls, and let's get ready for Impact. I like it. I like it, Big Dog, but I'm starting to think you're Nick. I don't think you were here yesterday, so it makes me wonder. Are you guys ready for Impact? We're always ready for the wrestling. So if you guys do not know, if you're new here, we will start our coverage of Impact late. We will watch it on YouTube, commercial free. Myself and whoever else happens to show up will be here live to cover that. In the meantime, right now, I got Jordan Oliver in control of Cole Radrick. And I chose GCW over, let me see. I can put Ring of Honor on as well, if I shall. Let me see. Multitasking, folks. Hello, my friends. We meet again. Wow, didn't hit that note at all. It's been a while. Where should we begin? Yeah, all right. Little Creed out of the gate. Everyone's got a gimmick now. There's some love for the chat. The song is ready. I like it. Or Gamer, my man, what's popping? Me too. Nice work on 2K23. Yeah, let's go back to Boston for a second. That's a good point, C Money. That's I'm not sure how many people are connected or have seen this, but we do yeah. I got to see some work that Boston has put together. I can say it's nothing but love, my friend, and we really appreciate it. Made me laugh today. It was kind of funny. Just Nick sent it over, and I was pretty impressed. I think we're going to use one of the Wrasslin for Life Network belts. We'll find a reason to have a champion around here. I mean, if every company can have a new belt and multiple belts, we can have at least one, can't we? Ready. I like it. Oh, Cole with the side headlock. I got my candy bar. I got my magic stick. I don't know why I went to that. Jordan Oliver for the win. Good shout. Nice. Not much. Ready for the first taste of Impact Wrestling in over a decade. Welcome back, my friend. It's a love-hate relationship with Impact. We covered Impact from the onset of the channel, and the viewership and kind of what we were getting kind of tapered off a little bit. So we stepped back. And then we were able to hook up with Luna Havoc, kind of gave us the, she's our Impact insider, gave us the motivation to go back onto Thursdays. And you know what? Some weeks are no different or no worse than the shows we see on Tuesday and Wednesday, sometimes Monday. But, it does have some of its over-the-top campy elements. However, there's a lot of really good wrestlers there, and there's a lot of surprise nights where we get matches we don't expect. And to Impact's credit, they bang out a pay-per-view pretty solid. Big Dog, I'm ready for Impact, but most especially, I'm ready for the original baby girl, the lovely Luna Havoc. Down boy. Jordan Oliver for the win. All right, got that one, I think. All right, let's back up here. Yeah, pause. I don't even know where that came from. Dude, actually, I was here yesterday. I was here for Raw. I was listening at work. Unfortunately, my phone wouldn't let me comment on anything, but I was indeed there like the Undertaker. All right, buddy. More like the undies taker, but whatever. I swear I'm not Big Dog. I do not have an army. Like there's just the big beefy boy clones everywhere. Just, I'm having flashbacks when we first met Nick. Hey KJ White and Big Nick, God bless. Jordan, good to see you. I hope you're doing well. What did Unbroken say? Cage has more heat for his turtleneck, but those callous sweater vests are not far behind. It's true, but that the turtleneck automatically makes you some type of villain. So yeah, nobody really digging that heat right like Christian right now. But I mean, we can talk about it. We got time to kill, folks. We can talk about the fact that Don Callis turned on Kenny, and that's all everybody's talking about. All everybody's murmuring about. Actually, that's not true. There was some other stuff. Like Devon made us talk about some other stuff. I mean, CM Punk stories. We've talked. But yeah, let's get there. Impact starting off with a banger match, though. Kelly versus Slamovich. I love Slamovich. Killer Kelly from Toronto. So that should be good. Yeah. That could definitely be a pay-per-view match. Speaking of Slamovich, the GCW world champion, and right now we got Jordan Oliver in control of Cole. Comes up over the top. It looks like he landed a little funny at first, but if you guys are watching or just want to guess, we got Cole Radrick taking on Jordan Oliver. I will take predictions. Serious pause. There you go. Very much so. See, it's the same person. They're talking. He's talking to himself. Kenny King is here. That dude is killer. Yeah, Kenny King is highly underrated. Kenny King has been around. He's a vet. He obviously had some really good stints with Ring of Honor. He's done well in Impact. I still think he's underrated. He is a really good wrestler in and out of the ring. I think he's an asset. So yeah, Kenny King being involved generally is a good thing. We did have, Honor No More, which was like the Ring of Honor casts off after Ring of Honor closed down with Canellas. It was basically the Kingdom with a couple add-ons, and Kenny was a part of that. And then they all kind of wandered back, and here's Kenny King going strong, still in Impact. AEW finally streaming service, WB Discovery Max, $1 billion. Steve Chambers, welcome back, Mr. Elimination. Yeah, I want to see if this gets announced. I mean, could this be the huge announcement that our buddy TK has for next week? A lot of people have surmised that. A lot of people think it's going to be tied into the Saturday show, the return of Punk. We saw the return of Miro. Thunder Rosa's in the house. AEW's got some momentum. They're banging out Wembley like it's their business. They got a couple more pay-per-views with Double or Nothing and All Out coming up as far as this summer goes. Yeah, I mean, TK, other than, his domestic TV ratings, maybe not the best. Wow, big move by Cole. Actually, no, that was Oliver. Double chop. But yeah, so I want to see if this comes to fruition. I mean, we long talked about Warner Brothers Discovery and their involvement with TK. Apparently, that was part of the reason why Dark and Elevation might have gotten dropped, because they didn't. They wanted the exclusive rights to the content, which with Dark and Elevation being on YouTube, there was enough of that. So they did everyone a favor, and we've now dropped that. I did laugh today, though. Part of this was that Rampage would be a lot of indie stars and, kind of like a mix of Ring of Honor and Dark Elevation all on one show for Rampage. And Nick and I couldn't help but laugh that, isn't that what it is already? What do they mean? The show Rampage is going to get worse? Can't get worse. I didn't subscribe, Luna Havoc. I don't know what to tell you, Mick. I highly recommend it though. And if anyone here who's watching right now, go check out Luna. Watch TNA in its golden days during the mid-late 2000s, stopped for years, started again like it for a while. When it switched to Impact, but once they did Wrestle House, I said nope. Yeah, I think I'm very similar, Daniel. I really in that same vein. I think a lot of Impact fans are, right? Like, I remember when it hit Spike and we were like, oh, okay, this is different for TNA. And yeah, they had some glory days and they had some really wild days where you kind of look back and you're amazed. What the fuck? Yeah, you get some glory days that's sorry, I got completely sidetracked. Jordan's got flames, but yes, yeah, like the names that have gone through: Mick Foley, Angle, Hogan, Bischoff, Russo. The list of athletes. CM Punk had a cup of tea. The Bucks were there for a cup of tea. We look at Nick Aldis going back after years. Rhino's been there forever. So, I mean, there is some history. There's something about Impact that's endearing, right? Maybe it's the fact that it's the little engine that could. Maybe it's the fact that it never dies. It's the share, the cockroach of wrestling. Sorry, 1 second. I'm having a chat with a friend. Oh look, I'm here. Just because Mick asked, watch what happens. Way to go, Mick. Way to go. Way to go. That's your cue. Allegedly. What did Steve say? Ring of Honor is where I know him from. He's an awesome dude, too, super talented. No, excellent. I mean, I laugh because I remember him being on the Bachelorette and such, and was it fucking Paradise Beach or whatever the fuck they call it. But yeah, Kenny's been around for a minute now. It's crazy to think of some of the guys like Kenny, like Kazarian, that even Christopher Daniels. We've been watching those guys for 20 years. Like, shit, getting old. I hear voices in my head. They counsel me. They understand. They talk to me. What? I'm pretty sure this is Nick. I'm convinced. Nick, your brother won't leave the chat alone. Don turning on Kenny is equivalent to Paul turning on Brock. I think that's fair. I do think that's very fair. Especially with how they've always built it, right? I mean, we saw the post going around today, a lot of that painting that got done of Kenny and of Callis during the previous Elite storyline, and kind of the breakup of Dawn and Kenny. But he's gone on the record many times. He's known Kenny since Kenny was 6 years old, and knew he was going to be a star. And they're definitely more than just their family at this point. So yeah, it was huge. He legitimately stabbed him in his back. The only thing I probably would have changed was the moment where Callis stopped the attack the first time. I would have probably left that out, but that's just me being a picky beaver. But yeah, I think that, yeah, it is, I know it's Jericho's tune, but it was a Judas moment. It was definitely huge. I know a lot of people were like, wow, it really came out of left field. I feel like we talked about the potential of it happening in the manner it happened. I think caught a lot of us by surprise. So I give them credit. Last night's Dynamite was fun. And we always say we call it the way we see it. And that show was fun. It was entertaining, had some blemishes, had some, not so pretty moments. But at the end of the day, it was quality overall. I mean, I saw the ratings came out. I wish they were higher. I do, guys. And I know some people are going to say 877 is good for them. That's not good. Not at this mark. You want to hit 1 million. But it does kind of show that maybe Moxley, Kenny, the Elite don't draw the way you're hoping they do. And that's one of the biggest concerns. I know a lot of AEW fans right now are high-fiving and celebrating, like, oh, we're getting a new show and Punk's going to be on it. Dynamite, I'm concerned about what's left with Dynamite. If it's a hard brand split, it'll be very interesting. If it's a soft brand split, I mean, what are you going to do when your $1 million draw is only on Saturdays? How long does that last? You know, at what point does Tony look at the Bucks and say, I know you're terrified of this man because he probably could rip your Adam's apple out, but we need to do what's best for business, guys. We need to do what's best for the company. We need to do what's best for us. I don't know. I remember when it was on FS1 and I saw Team Canada for the first time, saw Petey Williams do a Canadian Destroyer. I was like, God damn, big shout out to Petey. And yeah, Team Canada was pretty good. It was, I remember me and my brothers being pretty stoked, right? Like in the past, you had like the Quebecers. We weren't fans of the Quebecers. The Hart Foundation, we definitely were fans of. Brett, of course. But I mean, we've had, you know, some odds and sods as we've gone through here. I mean, I'd argue in the last little while, Canada's really stepped into the scene, and there's a lot of big names with Canadian roots. And we have a long-standing wrestling heritage. I got wrestling in my family. It's cool. And I mean, so that was a long-winded way to say, yeah, Team Canada was fun. Petey Williams is a legend. And yeah, Eric Young, a young Eric Young. Oh, I'm afraid. TNA messed up with a silly 6-sided ring, literally caused more injuries. I get what they did on Broken. I do. I understand. I mean, there were times I remember being younger and tuning in and being like, okay, this is different, right? I mean, we still see it with AAA. So you kind of get caught up in it, like, oh, shit. But yeah, to your point, it was chaotic and it caused a lot of chaos. Chaotic and caused a lot of chaos. A man of many words. And that's what I came up with. But yeah, no, I think the 6-sided ring was fun for a moment. I thought the 6-sided cage matches or the Ultimate X was kind of cool. But thankfully, they went back to a 4-sided ring. Chambers, my man. Yes, they still have life. Now you just got to win the next one. Now it's a 3-2. Yeah, it's a stretch to come back from 3-0. It really is. Rarely in any sport does somebody come back from that type of deficit. Big win last night, a gutty win. We'll see what happens tomorrow. You guys will see me, either cheer or cry while the wrestling's happening. Wasted Youth for the win. Good shout, Damien. Damien still making. I appreciate your commitment to this. We're getting a tag match on GCW right now. Dun, 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 dun. And right now, Wasted Youth is in control. I hope AJ Styles keeping up with child support for those days and pulling a Rey Mysterio. I don't even know what to say about that at all. I don't. I promised myself if I ever since Impact let go Matt Striker, I wouldn't ever watch Impact again. But since Trinity is there, Trinity can't be the reason, Jay. Come on, Jay. I wasn't like Striker was good. I don't miss him. I don't. I like Striker and D'Lo.
Speaking of missing people, I miss Matt Striker. But
what about Bob? What about Nick?
What up, Big Nick? Why? I come in here and we're talking about Bob. Why?
What's going on, sir?
How you doing? I can't stay away. But no, I feel like that's actually a valid point that I feel like Trinity fought too.
Brings vibes.
She's very much in the vibes. But I feel like she's gonna. Well, no, did you say vibes or eyes? I feel like I heard vibes of it. Might have been the vitamins.
Vibes. I think.
Yeah. No, she's also going to bring eyes. There's a lot of people.
I said eyes. I did say eyes.
Yeah, fair enough. I figured as much once I said it. But yeah, no, she's mini Mercedes. She's a hatchback instead of a full Mercedes. There, I guess. In that, well, I mean, she's got some junk in the trunk. Let's be honest.
Yeah, is that where we were going with this?
You can have that. Not even what I'm mad at.
We're 3.5 minutes away from Impact kicking off. Like I said, folks, we do watch it on YouTube. and we will have it commercial free. So just pretend like you haven't watched it.
Well, I mean, to be fair, I was trying to find a full card here before I popped on, and I couldn't find a full card. So, I mean, I'm a little bit here of I just couldn't stay away from everybody, and also I want to just be out here and just go, gore.
Right, he's been dying. Like,
yeah, but I think Trinity is going to draw a lot of eyes that wouldn't be there before to Impact.
Yeah. Tonight on Impact, we have Steve Maclin versus Rhino for the world title. Interesting match. I mean, I think the favorite here is Maclin, obviously. Yeah, Nick Aldis is making his in-ring return against a Canadian Big Brother participant, Sheldon Jean or Jean. I don't know. He's Canadian. Yeah, exactly. Who in the Rudy Blue Hell is this Big Brother?
Right. Jean-Claude Van Damme is standing in on Impact.
Sheldon Jean. Taylor Wilde. Jacques Rougeau. Yeah. PCO.
Tabernacle.
Taylor Wilde versus and Kaylin King versus Deanna Purrazzo and Jordan Grace, which should be an outstanding knockouts tag match, but it's for the belts. So that's interesting. Killer Kelly versus Masha and Frankie Kazarian will speak.
Yeah, well, yeah, I was gonna say you had me there, and then it was like dissension, and this caught me off guard. See, Bullfish, big, you popped on a show, KJ. Well, you're not me. What? Yeah, see, I
that doesn't prove shit.
Imitated, never replicated, never duplicated.
Yo, he is. Yeah, you guys are creepy.
I swear to God, no. I literally just there's the big beefy army.
It's just funny because it was like big. Like I'm reading all these promos and I'm like, I've already lived this once before.
Trust me. How do you think I feel? This man's stealing everything I do. Like I don't need to be here. Like I serve no purpose.
I don't. That's what happened. Was I got tired of reading the chat. I just told you.
And then that's why I'm here. And then now it's just come full circle. See, you're finishing the story. What comes around is all around, Ricky.
Right. Oh fuck. Boston saying what up, big guy.
What up? Yeah, me and Boston had a good talk of he did, if you do play 2K, you got, your options of the Wrestling for Life tag team titles. Wide. You've got yourself a Wrestling for Life title. Wide. We're going to see a Wrestling for Life KJ title. I think KO has to be the obligatory champion for that. You've got yourself a Wrestling for Life Big Nick championship. I'm waiting for a CJ cut the shit championship.
It's poor man gets haunted by the poo emoji. Which
you listen.
I can't make this
certain up. Things fall a certain way. If I didn't anticipate to be here over a year later, just why?
Right? Like I even got a poo emoji on my keychain, oddly enough. So
so you can always have CJ with you.
Is that kind of ironic? The universe is a weird
ironic or just
creepy.
No, I was gonna say hello, my friend. We'll meet.
Right now, by the way, our buddy Cole Radrick just lost the match.
Boo earns.
And now we got a pretty decent title match going along.
Which, by the way, if you haven't seen him, apparently even our whole conversation with Cole was too hot for YouTube on Botchamania. So,
but you know what's odd? What I thought about after, Nick? Sorry to interrupt.
No, you're good.
Our video, the actual interview, I guess the imagery ends up being what gets flagged because our actual interview never got flagged.
Well, I mean, you show someone going just aim for the bushes, yeet off of a fucking balcony and shit after a fucking guardrail. Yeah, that might be a little aggressive.
Yeah, right. Like, look out below.
Right, Geronimo, and he said, "Oh no."
No, that was a great interview.
Check that out. So been around the block for a minute. Been around the world, and Yeah. Are you both Canadian? Please not from Toronto. No, I'm not Canadian, even though I might sound Canadian. He's Canadian. I'm actually originally from New York by way now of New England. Luna, who should be popping up at any moment here.
Luna and I are both.
And it's not me without it's not me with a wig, I swear.
No, not at all.
Trust me, I could try. Not even close. But yeah, she's also Canadian. Why?
Ding, ding, ding. There you go.
There you go.
That's
Just
what
right
they
in my face. Pow, how you doing?
I'm with you. I'm with you, homie.
I moved the wrong way.
But yes, so we're gonna find a reason to give this belt out. I think it might circle around maybe the predictions.
This might be either the chat prediction champion,
that's what I
or
think.
maybe we'll do it. We'll either do that, or maybe if we get the signature belts or anything like that, we'll have to do it as like predictions for the pay-per-views and everything.
We're not Tony Conning the channel with too many belts, bro.
I mean, all right, fair enough. Oh, we're not gonna have it. So that's our announcement to have an announcement, folks.
We will have a huge announcement sometime soon about what we're talking about now.
Exactly.
And we'll do
we might call it collusion, colonoscopy, collision, all of the trademarks, just so we have our bases covered.
Right. Celtics 46, 76ers 32. 76ers and Lakers in final. Watch. All right. Okay.
I don't know. I mean, if that score holds, I mean.
Did you answer this one?
Oh, you keep clicking it. Are you from Long Island? No. Often imitated, never replicated, never duplicated. I know I may be the biggest or one of the biggest MJF fans and everything like that. If out here with the, I'm better than you pinstripe shirt with the scarf and everything. But no, I'm not from Long Island. I'm actually from as close to Canada in New York, I feel like you can get outside of being Canadian.
That's true. That's true. Right now, I'm getting Impact kicking off, folks. So keep in mind, we are watching Impact Wrestling live on YouTube. Trinity has now been moved into their opening package, for the record.
Okay, well, because right now I've got Maclin holding up, and that's the
I guess I should fast forward the package. There we go. And right now we still have a tag match. Oh,
Masha Slamovich.
Wait, why is there monkeys? Dude, there's monkeys.
Wait, why?
GCW has monkeys.
At least they're not the Invisible Man and everything like that. I mean, so
what is happening?
XPW was having people set themselves on fire and shit. So I mean, you can have that. That ain't what I'm mad at. But I've got Masha Slamovich coming out right now on Impact, so I don't know if I'm ahead or behind.
No, we're equal. Masha walking.
Fair enough.
She jumps up onto the apron.
Right. Yes, Rez. We are live and in full effect.
Always live.
There's absolutely nothing wrong with Canada or Canadians, folks. 2 words, Bret Hart. So Big Dog, see, this is how you know he's not me, because he's standing up for Canadians.
There you go. And Canada's awesome. You love Canada. You quote Canada more than I do.
Yeah, unfortunately. Killer Kelly, we're getting Impact's version of or the independent scene's version of Alba Fire and Isla Dawn right now.
Right, but they're gonna have a banger, dude.
We're getting all the redheads, so
speaking of Canadians,
excited.
Wait, yeah. What up, Resident Evil? How are you?
They live. Yes, they live. I came here to chew bubble gum and talk wrestling, and I'm all out of bubble gum.
Someone get this man some bubble gum.
What the? That's his way of telling me to shut the fuck up. That's what that is. That's his polite way of telling me. That's his Canadian way of telling me to shut the fuck up.
That's Canadian, very Canadian. Let's be real.
Right. See, let's be real. Canadians are more polite and don't cheat. Yes. See, that's example. That's his way of telling me to shut the fuck up.
Is this the bad time to point out Ben Johnson?
What?
Never mind. We had a gold medal strip from us back in the day for cheating.
Oh, yeah. Juice before
I was kidding.
I forgot he was Canadian.
Canadian as shit. Then he came out with an energy drink called Cheetah. I'm not that cheetah.
I'm not that cheetah. So you should cheetah.
But anyway, yes, for the most part we don't, and we mostly are very polite. Not all of us. Like
after everybody's slam, he says sorry.
Yeah, like we will kick your ass, but we'll apologize after. I'm sorry you made me do that.
You. But I'm sorry. Monkey knife fight.
I don't know what's happening. Yeah, but all right. So that match is over. What's up, Resident Evil? 2 words. John Jones.
Yeah, but he's going to retire once he has the fight with Stipe. He's already come out and said that. That's his hang him up.
Speaking of fights, is it weird? I want to see Diaz versus Paul. Is it bad?
No,
I'm like, fuck,
not at all, because it's like every Jake Paul fight. If you just want somebody to get hurt real bad, and you hope that their last name is Paul, if you just want that man to just lace him.
Do you know more to it this time? Because I get it, and I generally do not watch a whole lot of what the Pauls do outside of wrestling. So because it's bullshit and it feels bullshit, and I don't like bullshit. So
it's more kayfabe than professional wrestling. Let's be honest.
But this is why I think I'm excited for this fight. Is Diaz is unpredictable. Even if you gave him a suitcase of money before the fight and said, "All right, just stick to the plan," he's like Brad Pitt and fucking in
Fight Club.
No, the Irish one.
Snatch.
Right? Like he's unpredictable.
You don't know what he's going to do and everything. Yeah, no, 100% well, that's to me. That's why I've always been a big fan of the Diaz brothers.
Yeah,
the Stockton slap, all of that. They're really about it. Of what?
But are they not the Paul brothers of the UFC? Like, are they not of Miss?
No, because they're the anti-Paul brothers. I'll put it this way, because a lot of the shit with the Paul brothers, you can have that ain't what I'm at. Like, that ain't real. Everything with the Diaz brothers is real. That shit is on site. That is, we're throwing monster cans, all of that. That's why we're getting Nick Diaz, last I knew, was still wanted for choking homeboy out on the street and everything like that. Like, they're real when keeping it real goes wrong.
Right. No, they're funny. I mean, again, there were very much times where it was like, I just want someone to knock the face off one of them, and they never really had it happen. They were just too elusive.
Well, that's what you wanted with the Woodley fight. That's what you wanted with the Logan Mayweather fight, which at this point, let's be honest, Mayweather's just literally out there for a paycheck. Of this man is the master of the shoulder roll and defense in boxing, so he can sit there and just work out 12 rounds
all day,
get touched and get a nice fucking payday.
He's like, my trainer
doesn't have to read a cue card. He doesn't have to read nothing. He can just shoulder roll and play defense and grind it out to a victory.
So right now I got Masha going on against Killer Kelly, folks. If you want to make a prediction on that match, all ears.
I was going to say, yes, we do have wrestling, not boxing.
No, I was just reminding him. I got Alex Coughlin in the ring, who's a stellar wrestler as well. I don't know.
Very much been featured a lot on. Well, he was featured on Ring of Honor, AW.
Manders. Sorry, Nick.
Manders is a guy I think I'm super high on. Like, if you could go back to, if we're going to like this territory days of how we've got GCW and XPW and Wrestling Revolver and all of that, Manders is a guy that 100% fits that vibe, that whole aura, that mystique of the territory days of he can show up and fucking show out wherever.
Yeah, I agree with you. He definitely has that old school, a big tough guy, but a bit of a pot belly. Like, he's just that bigger fella. Like, it's just kind of the days of old.
Well, and it's a lot of, they all, for lack of a better term, they all look kind of Southern. Like, you've got him, you've got, you've got Manners, you've got Mance Warner, you've got like the Thrillbilly, you've got a couple guys in NWA. A guy like Silas Young, who I'm surprised is not a mainstay in Ring of Honor, at least, are a lot of the guys that you would see that are that territory vibe that could bounce around, do a run here, do a run there, do a run there.
Absolutely, Nick. Absolutely. And I can see that. What did Daniel say that he can see? Oh,
who's it?
Roman shames them for losing. Why are you so small right now? Anyway, Big Nick is tiny on my screen.
Not at all.
No, you're good. You're good. I fixed it.
Okay. I need to shrink you down to size. I am
Anyway,
crushing your head. I am
yeah,
crushing
right.
your head.
And speaking of Canadian, he dogs Jay for the bloodline failures. Jimmy stops him. Solo attacks him. Jay winds up going after Roman and the titles for the titles. I think we might get a tag match. Roman and Solo versus the Usos at some point.
No.
I think so. I think so.
No,
Samoa special.
sir. I mean, I wouldn't fault you if that happened, but I do think that this is, at some point, this is going to lead to the Usos breaking away from the bloodline. It's just a matter of if, how, and when. Because I really like the whole setup spot to where Solo's just in blind fury rage mode and just grabs Jay and just is kind of like, what the fuck are you doing? But it still lays that undertone of dissension of a lot of this. And it's a one thing that pro wrestling hasn't done well for a while and is starting to do well again is subtlety. Like we saw it with AEW with Miro shows up, he just goes talks to Tony Khan. Thunder Rosa shows up, they just go to talk to Tony Khan. They don't need a big entrance. They don't need all of that. It's subtlety.
I still have a mixed feeling about that because I think if it was someone else, I think it's part of this dialogue that's happening in the rumor that, I think the rumor that we started that potentially these are the people that we're going to see on Saturday because they don't get along with Tony's faves. And if that is the case, I just struggle with this. I don't know. I think Miro could have got a huge pop.
Oh, absolutely. Well, I think he did. That's the thing is it's one of those of look at the track record that they've done with big, huge returns, debuts, etc. As we've got a 2 count for Killer Kelly, by the way. We do have action going. But every big pop, every big return, they've petered out fairly quickly. Recent example is Jay White. When you slow play something, I think it works better with AEW because they don't do it normally. So when they slow play it, they have to put time into it.
I like that take though. They don't do it normally, and I'm like,
no, they don't. Well, we talked about it even with the steel cage match of they don't do it often or do it well, so it's got to be good. Like you're telling me that even though I've seen people say the whole as Masha win or no, Kelly wins actually. I couldn't tell between the redheads, but Kelly wins with the rear naked choke. The Kata Hajime.
That's crazy. Masha's taken quite a few L's in Impact as of late.
Yeah, but Masha's
is the GCW champion
product at this point. You're a GCW champion. You're GCW through and through. That's the brand you represent. You can't have her out there. It's like how you talk about with Blake Christian when he's in GCW and he's a arrogant, petulant heel and everything, and then he shows up on Ring of Honor. He's like, "Hi guys." It's like, no, we can't do that. I see you one way here. I can't see you the other way here.
Yeah, and you got to walk a thin line with that. I think it should be cohesive in a lot. But Kenny King's on screen. Somebody we were talking about earlier before you got here, Nick. Very underrated.
A guy who, if you want to go to the OG of what was the Hurt Business, it's Kenny King, MVP, and Bobby Lashley, because that's what showed WWE from what they did in Impact. Hey, we could just do that a little bit better.
Yeah.
And with a little bit more production. And there we go.
I'm pretty sure you could talk Kenny King out of Impact Wrestling. And if you could, why not revisit that?
Even if you had him to where he moves and he starts here and he's an IC guy or whatever, he's a upper mid-card guy. And then he transitions to a bit more of a mouthpiece, whatever. Maybe he shoves MVP out of the way, and we get back into that Omos thing of like, that's the thing is Kenny has a lot of skill beyond just what he can do in the ring.
He's talented.
Really talented on the mic.
Yeah.
And that's something that will fade a lot slower than what you can do in the ring.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that at all, Nick. One called Manders for the win. Solo versus Jay, a future possible match. Yeah, I think so. I think
Oh,
so.
absolutely, absolutely.
The whole bloodline thing started with Roman beating the crap out of Jay. It comes full circle. Jay beats him. Reigns takes a vacation. I don't think Jay
See,
beat.
and what's so funny to me is all of these storylines that people pitch, and it's even like what we talked about in a group chat of, because I saw the message that Edge put out and everything, and
I love it.
I'm pulling for that man now at this point.
Yeah, I really
All of
like
these
it.
stories and all of these fan fictions and etc. work their way to where Cody Rhodes isn't a champion for quite a goddamn while. But so what happened to that? He needed to finish the story of we're so upset that he lost at WrestleMania. Oh, it just seems like you got caught up in the moment and everybody's upset about it. And now you're actually letting the story play out and you're realizing we weren't as behind him as we started.
Sorry, I'm distracted by Trinity.
Bro, why are you wearing that outfit? Like you're drawing my eyes right to things that I shouldn't be drawn
Oh,
to.
it's not just me, right?
Oh no, if this was a fucking Mountain Dew pitch black match of they might have to NC 17 this shit because goddamn, like, bro, you are
It's provocative.
it's provocative. No one knows what it means, but it gets the people going. If I'm not an astronaut, but this woman's got her areolas fucking centered in on right now.
Pause.
Pause. I said it as politely as I could. Okay.
What a word. What a word. I love it. We're like children sometimes, folks. No, I mean, realistically,
Wait,
the outfit in
when did we grow up? Peter Pan?
Right? Never.
Pause.
Never. I was Peter Pan in a play as a kid.
I don't know, but
I wore green tights.
Sorry.
But yeah, Trinity's outfit of choice. I mean, it is what it is, but man, it does, especially if you're on vitamins, you have no choice but to focus.
Right, you're trying to like you follow it, and it all leads to a certain point. And you're like, wait, I know what that is.
Right. The one reason Cody bounced because Khan refused to give up control of the booking. I think it was more than that, though, because he went through what Punk went through, the whispers to Meltzer and the stories getting out there, then the crowd starting to boo him. There was a lot more to it than just that.
You can just pause on all of that,
all
as Chris even said right here, because to me, it's one of those of I'm annoyed with the whole Cody, like there was, he just got sick of it. He couldn't take it over. He was an egomaniac. He wanted to book himself all over the place and everything else. Like this man sat there and booked himself to where if he lost a match, he couldn't compete for the championship ever again. Like,
would you ever notice
this man just got sick of bullshit and sick of the inmates running the asylum?
Well, yeah, he wanted to show up and do a serious wrestling show like his daddy showed him. Like he wanted to see that, classic wrestling, what they were talking about when they first built the company. And you knew you were going to get some big spot heavy matches, but they wanted it circled around good classic kind of wrestling. And we just never got there. They didn't see it that way. And what I find the trend is, if you don't agree with certain core group of the AEW upper echelon, then you're deemed as a troublemaker. You're deemed as a problem. You're deemed as not,
You're either in or you're out. It's the Mean Girls of stop trying. They looked at Cody and said, stop trying to finish the story happen, Cody. It's not going to work.
Right. Listen, and you touched on it. I think that Edge is legitimately a positive, like, you can almost out of this set up the Lawo versus the Club. Perfect. Out of the triple threat.
But babyface versus babyface.
No, the Club is not trying to be babyface.
They just came back. They've got to be babyface.
No. Have you watched what AJ's doing? And don't give a fuck when they got back. You can't come back as a heel. AJ
I'm not
on
saying
commentary.
That they can. I'm saying that they'll get cheered.
AJ on commentary was selling as a heel. Was being a dick.
I don't hate it. Trust me, I don't hate it. I think ultimately the end of all of this is Seth versus Edge, and that's that's the most compelling match you have.
I think it's
into Night of Champions. any way, any sort of form, fucking championship or not, that's the most compelling match you have.
You can't really go wrong. If Seth wins it, everyone's like, we knew it. He deserves it. He's earned it. He's that guy. And if Edge wins it, again, we talk about this belt has to be put on somebody with clout. Edge and Seth both have a fucking mountain of clout. But I do think...
I mean, one sits there on their mountain of omnipotence, raining judgment down upon. But I think that it's very interesting because, to me, if Seth wins it, he could lose it to Cody in much quicker fashion, and we could get that transition much more rapidly. Edge has pretty much come out and said, if I lose this, if I win it, if I lose it, I'm done. So you instantly make a huge heel off of somebody beating Edge for that championship. But who's the one that does it?
That becomes a quick question. Now, it very much could be Seth Rollins circles back and says, wait, now I want that belt. But it could be, but I think you can give Edge a solid run here, Nick, and then let him go with it.
Oh, absolutely. But I'm popping at the crowd here of the vitamins. Scott saying allergies are really bad right now. Why? Well, I think that's the predecessor to the vitamins and all of that.
It's allergies.
Why? The show is so far away from that. Cody is a huge loss for AEW. The show has gotten worse since his departure, and I don't know if it will ever get back to start taking them seriously.
And I love the AEW sympathizers that jump on YouTube, and no matter what Cody does, it's shit because he left, he got away. Like it's so funny. No matter what he does, it's not good enough. And I mean, I have a love-hate relationship with Cody, but he's doing good things right now.
I don't mind Cody. It's like you said, it's a bit of the ones that have to find fault just to find fault. It's as much as even at times, like I said, if we'll bag on AEW or whatever, it's literally I was wanting it to do better. Of here's where you're going wrong.
Yeah,
please correct this. It's your fucking teacher giving you the notes and the red marker and everything like that. And TK just wants to do lines off of it instead of read the lines.
Coughlin with the win over Manders. A little bit of respect between the two guys. So big win. Coughlin's been on a streak, man.
Oh, yeah. Well, and does he fall into that Joe something territory? Because we all remember that. And it was the big minute for a hot minute, and then it went nowhere.
Yeah.
And now Joe something is literally Joe something.
It's over. He's got him in the cloverleaf. And he's
top 3 wrestlers that use the cloverleaf as a finisher: Nick Aldis, Dean Malenko, and Rhea Ripley.
Rhea Ripley uses that reverse, that hanging cloverleaf. I love.
Well, no, that's just because she's fucking taller than everybody,
right? But she yanks it up and out. I love it.
Well, I mean,
so vicious.
Dami Mommy is going to do some things, so
right. Well, here's the thing. It's funny because everyone's freaking out about this whole Cody Brock thing, and there's no reason, and the reason they gave us was shit. Man,
look at this face. Look at this face.
Yeah, like, do you remember? Like,
that's the reason.
Do you remember back in the day that shit would just pop off, or like somebody would randomly come out and you're like, what the fuck? But then you just got caught up in like, I don't care why you're here. You're fighting this guy, and you just kind of rolled with it. And not everything needs the greatest of detail. Again, it's just nitpicky at that point.
3 things, as I'm already in love with this whole segment right now backstage with Joe Hendry, as we've got fucking
dude, it's the
Kozlov, and we've got who was it that we had another fucking picture? Everything we had the Penguin from the Adam West Batman, as we've got Dirty Dango out here in the Sherlock Holmes hat, and we've got I Believe in Joe Hendry. Go ahead.
Man. We're doing the old Tyler Breeze Fandango bit.
Yeah, the fashion police. Instead of this, it's just the Scottish police.
Scottish police.
Right.
Isn't that
The Garda, you know, if you
London?
ever no, there's one thing I can't remember the exact name, but it's like Robo Garda, and it's RoboCop as an Irish police officer and everything. And it's fucking hilarious because he's out there and they're holding an unceremonial funeral for a tarantula. Yes, a large Amazonian arachnid.
And Marilyn Manson's little big sister is in the ring. Sawyer Rack about to take on. I'm not sure.
The whole thing with this with Cody is he has to avoid things feeling like a layup. He has to actually work and build for stuff. But the thing is the minefield, the battlefield doesn't leave a lot of room for him to where it's not like either A, Cody layup, or B, you aren't holding this for a hot minute. I do like him versus Brock because we even said it, I think, on stream of to where that Brock Lesnar with the fucking half moon is he's going to take a pause as the half moon, scar and the shiner and everything. Wounded Brock is terrifying Brock Lesnar. It's almost which is scarier of smiling and laughing Brock Lesnar because you don't know when he's going to fucking start throwing you around, or wounded Brock Lesnar because you're literally just going to get nothing but thrown around. That's the thing. But as I'm getting a video package for Underseas, I will remind everybody as KJ White's taking a pause for the cause. We are the Wrasslin for Life Network. We do this for anything and everything when it comes to pro wrestling. We were just here last night for AEW Dynamite Tour. We saw the return of Miro, Thunder Rosa, and we saw Callis turn on Kenny Omega, and everybody's already patching together of where the story is there. We're back at it like a jackrabbit tonight for Impact. And then we've got Night 2 Electric Boogaloo on Friday Night SmackDown of the tournament for the new World Heavyweight Championship. We've got the mini pay-per-view triple threat match between AJ Styles, Rey Mysterio, Ronald Mysterious, and Edge, as well as we've got Austin Theory versus Bobby Lashley versus Sheamus. So we've got to look at the U.S. title division on SmackDown, and we've got to look at the main card picture on SmackDown and feel, and it's going back a bit of it's touched on that nostalgia feel of that SmackDown 6, especially with Edge and Rey Mysterio in there. But 100% be a friend, tell a friend, like, share, and subscribe. We do this for anything and everything. We got original content, we got interviews, we got anything and everything. We've been featured here, there, and everywhere. Christ, we're the Wrasslin channel. The wrestlers tune in too. That's how we talk to Cole and a couple other people. We're the Wrasslin channel. Even people in attendance tune into. We got Sign Guy Wrasslin over there showing up at WrestleMania. Nobody does it like we do. Often imitated, never replicated, never duplicated. So be a friend, tell a friend, like, share, and subscribe. What? And that was long-winded. Where's Luna? Have it supposed to be on? Well, I mean, I can, go Timon and Pumbaa here if I can put the, wig on, Mick, if you really want to. If you're here and you're looking for a hunk of meat, eat my friend Pumbaa here. He's a healthy treat. I can do all of that if you want, but I'm sure Luna will show up here. Luna is always good, to pop in and pop on. Because she's got to show up and show out because that's what the show's about. Oh, really? That sucks for Dean. A lot of herbs help for that, especially Metamucil. What the fuck? Money, I wouldn't even consider Cody for backyard wrestling. Where did we go here? I think we've gone off the deep end here with the comments. Yeah. I've got a blackout right now. Man, I can't wait tomorrow. Boston, shut up. 100%. As we're getting Decay coming out right now, and I hope it's Rosemary because she has been the one constant of from the minute I knew Impact Wrestling was a thing. As I've got Decay of Crazy Steve and Black Taurus coming out right now. But yeah, Rosemary's been one of those of since she showed up in Impact, I've been a huge fan of her. And go and check out her to where she actually talks outside of the gimmick and everything like that about mental health and everything that's personally really important to me. But yeah. Mick saying Rampage Saturday. Yes, it is, my guy. Dream match AW versus WWE. Ricochet versus Amy Guevara. In a what? Oh, who gets hurt first match? Eddie Kingston versus Sheamus. No. That's you want chops of Street Profits versus Acclaimed. All right, that's not terrible. Darby Allin versus Finn Balor. All right, not gonna lie, you had me in the first half with that. Of the first half wasn't so hot, but the back half you can have that. And someone let me know the jobber team's name that's coming out right now, talking about the dumpster fire that is Chicago. So
that is the Good Hands.
Speaking of good hands,
that is pause.
Well, always good for a rub and tug, Mr. KJ White.
Rub and tug? Yeah, that's the Good Hands. Bully Ray's little henchman, or kind of henchman for hire at times. Crazy Steve, Canadian.
Well, I was going to say, Luna, I know, big fan of Crazy Steve.
I made Luna a big fan of Crazy Steve. She wasn't quite sure about Crazy Steve, but she definitely got into him. We saw a Monsters Ball match with him and Trey Miguel, which was outstanding. And the man is legally blind.
What?
He's legally blind.
What in the name of three blind mice then am I watching right now?
Right? He's Batman.
Fucking no, he's not Batman. He's Daredevil. What the fuck is you talking about?
No, look it up. He's legally blind. He can see some stuff.
He can see shapes and colors and things, but you know,
he's quite the story.
Raw dog.
Like he's talented as shit. Raw dog.
Right.
And
damn, kicking Nicholas to the side. Why? No one puts baby in the corner.
Yeah, nobody puts Nikki in a corner.
Pause. That sounded weird saying.
Good Hands versus 2.0, aka JAS, Daddy Magic, and the Cool Hand. Why?
What in the name of 80s wrestling would that be?
Yeah, that's not good. Why would we book that?
No, I want to see that.
They can't
off, Tony. I want to see that. You want to put that on a rampage because I want to see that speak to me, warriors. So that's what that feels like. Of that straight 80s wrestling.
Mm-hmm. I would also rather see White and Balor Boston, but I don't dislike Darby. But yeah, I would rather see Jay White take on Balor for sure.
Oh yeah. Well, no, I like Darby, but yeah.
This one's for you.
How do you feel about the Impact Championship? I don't mind it. I honestly don't. I think Impact has one of the better sets of championships when it comes to pro wrestling right now. They don't have any sort of stickers that say Global Force Wrestling or anything like that on them. That helps a good ton, especially if you're trying to do an outdoor stadium and there's this thing called wind. But I really, honestly, I think the Impact Championships are really underrated. I think also Ring of Honor's championships before they signed with AW and Warner Media and all of that, their championships as well are very underrated.
Very underrated. That's true. Steve is legally blind. Well documented. Yes, sir. Ching ching.
Welcome to the place that gives you professional wrestling coverage like nobody else. We let you know when, the wrestler is legally blind when he's out there, Stevie Wonder and that shit. When he hits a moonsault, it's like, no, he's using echolocation to figure out where his opponent is.
He's biting both of their hands. There you go. Yeah, no, I followed Crazy Steve for quite a while, especially because he is from my neck of the woods. And like I said, it's a quite compelling story.
Fair enough. I'm a fan of, I guess, two other members who were originally in Decay with him. I'm a big fan of Rosemary and Joseph Parks, aka Abyss, who's now an agent in WWE. I think is one of the most underrated talents of a certain time frame in pro wrestling.
Ooh, big basement flatliner by Crazy Steve. But I agree with you, Nick. I'm a big fan. Rosemary's a vet at this point, and Brian Myers is here.
Once an edgehead, always an edgehead.
Oh, there you go. This one's for you too.
MJF admits for tag team champions. No, don't do that to me. Don't do that to me. I don't want that. I don't want to see that. No. My dream match is for AW versus WWE, AJ versus Omega. Why? Balor versus White. Why? Moxley versus Rollins. Why? Danielson versus Cody. Why? Nakamura versus Cole. Why? FTR versus DIY. And Young Bucks versus Usos. Well, that's a good reason that it's fantasy booking, because that's fantastic. But I don't. I if that happens, the end is nigh. The end is nigh. Time to run away. The end is nigh. Like there is no end game beyond that.
What kind of match does Moxley and Rollins have? Is it a crazy fucked up match, or will Rollins try and make him wrestle?
A bit of both, because you get into the whole brother Shield versus Shield thing.
Yeah. Brian Myers just takes out Crazy Steve. Black Taurus not happy about it, but he gets hung up on the rope, and it looks like the Good Hands might actually win. There you go. The neckbreaker blockbuster. Whew. Wow, the Good Hands. I think that's the first time I've seen the Good Hands win. It's definitely their first win in 2023 on Impact Wrestling.
We've got our own Myers Appreciation Society.
So Myers,
we've got Moss and no Moss right now.
GCW right now. Jimmy Lloyd beating the shit out of Charles Mason. Not a match, an angle. You heard me. GCW has angles. Don't bang, chubby guy.
I thought of something, but you have that.
Okay. Nick is going off. Right now, I'm getting a moment from back when they had 6 sides of ring. Yeah, I can hear Taz on commentary, which is funny. GCW is still rolling along, and right now, Jimmy Lloyd is pulling a door out from under the ring as well. Folks, like Big Nick said, we are here all the time. We will be back tomorrow for SmackDown. It's going to be a fun one. We don't really have anything locked in for the weekend yet, but click that little bell so you know when we're going to pop up. We're probably going to do something. We always end up doing something somewhere. And then we will be back on Monday. We got another week of wrestling ahead. We're heading towards the 27th and the 28th of May. 2 big pay-per-views. 3 big pay-per-views in 2 days, sorry. Not to mention the indie shows. Not to mention there's probably a UFC. Lots to cover. We're going to be live a lot that weekend. So, folks, make sure you like, subscribe, tell everybody you know. Go check out all our links. Remember, everything in the T-shirt apparel store is on at basement prices right now. What Big Dog say? Now, Nick, if memory serves me, you said I needed to explain Uncle Jack to you, right? Nick left. You're going to have to come back. Yes, Big Dog. Jimmy Lloyd for the win. Fair enough. They will come back. Mark my words. Yeah, I have a feeling DIY might be a thing at some point. I really do. I think they're going to try and build the Way as baby faces. I don't love the idea of the Way, and this is a match. Now, right now, Heath, our buddy Heath is down. Rhino's pissed. We got a bunch of staff and referees gathered around Heath, and Rhino's off to, I don't know where he's off to. We're going to find out. Gore. Good timing, Nick. May 19th. All right. I'm excited for House of Glory on May 19th. Damien, we will be here. It will be a Friday. We will have SmackDown. We might have Rampage. Who knows? But we will be here, and we'll probably have House of Glory on in some capacity for that show. It's going to be fun. You know, we like to cover as much wrestling as we possibly can, even if on the nights that it takes 2 and 3 screens. Ooh. Jimmy Lloyd for the win. I got Charles Mason for the win. And I got Steve Maclin for the win over Rhino, if you guys want to take a stab at that one as well. So I call a bottle of Jack Uncle Jack. I feel like I know that from somewhere, Big Dog. You notice Big Dog got chattier when Nick went on break? I'm just saying. It's an old expression of mine. It came up with, inspired by Poison's Flesh of the Blood album. They had a track called Strange Days of Uncle Jack. See, I knew it from somewhere. First thing I thought was of Jack Daniels. Okay. And you know what? The strange days are no doubt. Great Doors album. Holy shit. What's up, Dave? How you doing? Welcome to the stream. We are watching Impact Wrestling. We are also watching GCW to a certain extent. I got Jimmy Lloyd and Charles Mason on the apron right now. Mason biting the face of Jimmy Lloyd. And Maclin is here to defend his world title against Rhino. And did Nick notice they wrote Impact right across that title? You got to remember that. This isn't a two doinks thing. What did I miss? I'm excited for Jacob Fatu and Matt Cardona on the House of Glory pay-per-view for the House of Glory Championship. Should be fun. And you never know when Matt Cardona is going to steal a win. Jacob Fatu's a beast. So, yeah, that shall be entertaining, Damien. I mean, we talked about it last year at the end of 2022. House of Glory didn't put on a bad show in 2022. Like, every show was a banger. This year in 2023, they've moved around a lot. Thursday nights, Friday nights, we've missed some of them for that reason. But again, you start booking some extra shows, and maybe they're not quite as good as they could be when you were only doing a handful. I tape a bottle of Jack Daniels to my cat. I don't have to get up for it. Question, Unbroken. Then do you just pour the whole cat and then put the cat back down? And does the cat come when you call? That's the other question. Cats are, infamously fickle. Impact has been good. Jojo, welcome, folks. Thank you for being here. Impact's been all right. Not so bad. And Maclin versus Rhino should be good right now, folks. And that's Jungle Act. Well, thank you, Big Dog. I'm sure Big Nick is reading or typing, so he's also aware of this story. What a saga. I have no idea. Can't wait to see Zack Sabre Jr. on this card versus Tony Deppen. Yeah, and it's interesting. I still want to see, Wembley's a possibility, but I'd like to see Daniel against Zack Sabre Jr. When Zack Sabre Jr. competed on Ring of Honor recently, after his win, he looked at the camera and called out the American Dragon. I would be more than happy to watch Daniel Bryan, Zack Sabre Jr. Wembley sounds like a perfect place to do it. Maybe Forbidden Door 2 in my neck of the woods of TO. I mean, not bad. Oh, I was going to say something, KJ, but I refrained. We will let Nick like his titles. Good choice. The poor guy. KJ, no, this is not an illusion. We are two different people. It's all right. I'll take your word for it. King Diamond is very strange. Okay. Uncle Jack equal Uncle Howdy. Uncle Callus? Either way. Play taking Rhino off TV. I'm not sure, man. Killer voice, but never fit the image for me. Oh, King Diamond. Okay, yeah, fair enough. No, Uncle Jack is not Uncle Howdy. Hell no, what? Yeah, if you were drinking an Uncle Howdy, it probably doesn't have any kick. Just looks good, but doesn't turn out well. Steve Maclin for the win. That's an easy shout, I think. But the boys are off in the big arm drag. Killer Kelly is good. JoJo, Killer Kelly's solid, and I love Masha. I mean, we just saw Masha win that GCW title. We saw Nick Gage put her over. She is a monster. Now, she's, I think, lost maybe four of her last Impact matches, which is interesting. But Killer Kelly choked her out. So maybe Killer Kelly's heading towards that Knockouts women's title. Though we have this very interesting scenario between Jordan Grace and Deonna Purrazzo right now, we find out what that is like. What if they win the women's title tonight? What if? How does that play out? Jordan Grace, definitely a contender for Deonna's title. There's no love lost between the two ladies. I'm curious to see how that goes. But what if the cat drinks the Jack and you never actually get it? Shoot the cat. I don't know what to tell you guys at this point. Who's Tony Deppen? And when did Zack Sabre get his hips like a pregnant woman? I lost you at the end there. But who's Tony Deppen? Tony Deppen, I don't know how to explain it. A bit of an indie darling. Had a cup of tea. I think he's competed on some darks. He's been on Ring of Honor and a staple of GCW. Right now, Jimmy Lloyd being choked out with a belt. 1, 2, 3, and Charles Mason with the win. Sorry, Damien. And Maclin completely in control of Rhino, working on that leg. Heater. Zack Sabre Jr. versus Deppen, going to be a banger. That. What do you think of WWE will do with the tag title problem now that the belts are on Raw only? Well, I'm assuming that we've been trying to work towards separating all these belts, and each show gets some type of representation of gold. When are they going to do it? I don't know. I do believe that they don't want to do them all at the same time. I think the women's belts are just going to be a handoff. Do the men's belt kind of do the same thing? Like Raw does a men's tournament, and then we see, the current belts kind of dissolve, kind of like Romans. I don't know. Sorry, SmackDown would have the tournament. So Raw gets a tournament. I mean, then Raw people are probably involved in the SmackDown tournament. Ugh, complicated. But yeah, I think at some point they're going to define clear belts for each show. We already understand where the U.S. title and IC title has fallen. There's some doubts. So keep in mind, the NXT women's champion and women, she gave it up. So we're having a tournament for that. Another tournament. Then you have your NXT tag titles also on the main roster. So something's got to give there. Yes, it seems like he was trained in choir growing up. Who? I'm lost, Unbroken. I can't keep up with that. I think I got cast. Probably not. At this point, I could care less about Uncle Howdy. Yeah, I really don't. I mean, I'm not even chomping at the idea. Like, people are like, ooh, we think Bray's coming back. And I'm not even that jazzed about it, guys. I was live for months, well over a year. Maybe Bray's coming. I remember the Halloween show for AEW. This would be perfect. His contract just expired with the W. Like, his 90 days is over. So it's perfect timing. Who creepier and spookier than Bray Wyatt? Never showed up in AEW. Then he went off and did his movie. And then everybody kept speculating. And the man was relevant the entire time he was gone. Everybody talked about him. The White Rabbit completely took over wrestling. There were shows where we were watching. We weren't even paying attention. We were just talking about the White Rabbit. But this time, after the run that we just saw, as short as it was, it left a lot to be desired. It left a lot of questions. But at the end of the day, I think unanimously, even the diehard of WWE fans have to admit the Bray Wyatt story went nowhere. It ended up being a clusterfuck. and it didn't accomplish anything. I like this. Joe Henry versus Bo Dallas, a.k.a. Uncle Howdy. Uncle Howdy is now Uncle Bye-Bye. Yeah, are we going to see if Bray does come back? Will we get a return to the Howdy Bray storyline? I don't know. Should we get a return to it? I don't know. Is Alexa Bliss still linked with Uncle Howdy? Remember the last time we saw her, she was fighting Belair, and Belair gets distracted by Howdy. Where is this all going? Maybe nowhere. Maybe it's all dead. But can Bray start from scratch? Can Bray start clean just out of left field? Like, all right, dust it off. Let's try again. Does he come back and does he fuck with the Firefly Funhouse again? I don't know. I don't know if that's the right answer, guys. But it's disappointing. A huge Bray fan. The good news is if he can come back and actually fucking show up and show out, we might get behind him again. And when I say might, wrestling fans are pretty forgiving. Most of them. As long as you're delivering good shit. Zack Sabre Jr. thinks he's David Hasselhoff. All right. By the way, we get Matt Cardona's birthday celebration here on GCW tonight for the Matt Cardona fans out there. Dave, I hope Impact be a good show. It's been all right, and I'm getting a really good match right now between Rhino and Maclin. Really enjoying this match. Two big boys swinging for the fences. Macklin's been working Rhino's leg the entire match. Solid strategy. And GCW right now is in between matches for those following along at home. What is the Styles Clash? I'm really excited for that one. Oh, what a Styles Clash. I'm excited for that one. Okay. And Maclin, 1, 2, 3. Unstill! Steve Maclin with the win. Like I said, folks, he is scheduled to meet PCO, the Canadian Frankenstein, in Canada very soon at Under Siege. Bray should join Chase U. Okay. KJ King Diamond was actually in the choir before he went all Halloween. I have no doubt about that, actually, and you get that. Just trying to connect all the dots here. Unbroken. Don't you ever badmouth King Diamond. The man can sing 4 octaves. It's legendary. All right. It must have been from the choir. All right. So Maclin still laying a beating to Rhino for those who are watching. Rhino's down. Son of a bitch. Maclin got a chair. Uncle Howdy drank Mountain Dew Black and was never seen again. Yeah, he fucking had 2 mouthfuls of Mountain Dew Black, ran up the side of the arena, jumped off, damn near killed LA Knight, but missed him, and we haven't seen him since. Go figure. And we got Steph Diplander, formerly known as Persia Parado. She's in the ring, but the microphone isn't working. But she is aligned with Matt Cardona right now. So as for Impact, Maclin is just laying waste to Rhino's knee. Like, this is like a put him on the shelf, send him on vacation type beating. Dirty Dango. I didn't expect this. This is hilarious. Listen, Boston, it's one of the best things on the show. Joe Hendry is outstanding. A future world champion. The guy's funny. The guy can be mean and heelish. The guy can go in the ring. But him and Dirty Dango together, and you add in Santino, it is outstanding. It is funny as shit, and I don't care what anyone says. Very fast match, Nick. Oh, shit! Steve Maclin wailing on a chair wrapped around Rhino's leg with a shovel. Security trying to stop him. And Maclin is just laying waste. No gore tonight, Nick. Wow. Dun, dun, dun. Do you think Uncle Howdy will show up on Impact? I think Uncle Howdy's dead. It would be really weird. Like, to me, you'd almost have to like come right out of the gate and be like, we're back back into the story, and almost kind of press fast forward. Like you didn't miss anything. Like we're just, let's keep going. Like, don't look in the rear view, just fucking gas pedal down. And you got to get Howdy out of that mask. You got to give it some rhyme and reason. If Uncle Howdy was just a manifestation of Bray Wyatt's feelings and thoughts, it's stupid as shit. So let's make it Bo Dallas, and let's have some type of wrestling around the Bray stories. That was my biggest pet peeve. Was it's all fine and well to be spooky. You can be the Undertaker, but the Undertaker went in the ring and won matches, had matches. And by the way, speaking of injuries, do you hear these reports about Saraya? How do you guys feel about that? Saraya starts taking shit and criticism for her in-ring performance. Now, there was rumors and talks, and oh shit, Scott D'Amore giving Steve Maclin absolute hell.
Yeah, I'm tired about all this talk and pomp and circumstance about my in-ring performance and everything. Yeah.
Well, you want to be proud of your performance.
I know. I was just
in-ring or otherwise.
I was trying to make a joke.
I was adding to the joke.
Okay.
Here comes the swingman.
What?
What?
Am I the sixth man? Am I J.R. Smith?
Rodman.
Always Rodman. Always Rodman.
Definitely. Bray Wyatt. Sorry. Bray Wyatt is fantastic. He's a great storyteller in the ring. I can't agree that he's not good.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
Yes.
I need a Joe Hendry shirt, and I need a Finn 14 staple shirt.
I absolutely love Joe. Coming out with his big old smile.
Well, that's the thing. Fightful was saying of CM Punk wanted his return match to be against Joe and all of that. If they just got the wrong Joe, he just wants it to be against Joe Hendry.
Right. No, I mean, listen, we talked about this months ago, and people don't believe us. Go through the archive, Nick. How many times did we say Jericho's going to try and get his fucking grubby paws on Punk? We knew it was coming. And Punk seems to be trying to dodge that like the fucking Matrix.
Just no.
Not today, Judas. Not today.
Right. Judas in my mind.
So, yeah, I'd rather see Punk versus Samoa Joe than Jericho. I'd rather see Punk versus a long list of people before Jericho.
Rather see Punk versus a fucking broomstick than him versus Jericho.
Fair enough.
Let's be honest. I need to get some new shirts myself, Nick. Got to shop around. Well, we got this goddamn merch store. That we got anything and everything to cover all your wrestling needs. You're out there. If you're living into his kayfabe here, that you and I are the same person here. I gave me a new name. I hope y'all call me this. Put it on YouTube channel. Tantalizing Mick. Well, cool, Mick. You can, I'm keep moving. How you doing?
That's
Can Bo come back just as a simple, good-natured wrestler, maybe with Otis and Chad? No, because Otis is part of the Maximum Male Models. That's maybe where Bo could fit in as a Maximum Male Model, but as I just like wrestling. No.
No.
Joe Hendry out here doing ring announcement. I'm checking it. Well, you need to do more than just check it. You need to hit that add to cart, that check out now, that be a friend, tell a friend, like, share, and subscribe. Why?
You're loud, sir.
Oh, my bad.
Here comes Dirty Dango. Joining his buddy.
Omega already wrestled a broomstick. Yeah, and he also wrestled a blow-up doll. And then you wonder why people question about his wrestling credentials here.
Right. Dun, dun, dun.
Hello, Extra Madness now. Did we snap into a Slim Jim? Why?
Did we snap into a Slim Jim?
Oh, yeah. Dig it. Yeah. Johnny Swinger and Ziggy Dice. And they're doing the equivalent of the miniature Haberdash Tabernacle thrown together version of like Andre. Remember, I think it was WrestleMania 3, WrestleMania 4. Someone's going to correct me and tell me I'm wrong. So where you had the wrestlers come out in the mini ring and everything, and that's the historic shot of Andre going back up the ramp with Heenan as people are throwing stuff at him and everything.
That was one of the best moments ever. I like when I miss the days where people get mad enough to throw shit at wrestling.
Well, we thought that, if certain things happened in Backlash and all of that, that's where it could have happened, but they got scared.
Patience errors. I don't think Mountain Dew. I want to have a kids. I don't drink Mountain Dew. I want to have kids someday.
You're not all jacked up on Mountain Dew? Why?
Vance is laughing. You have some banger matches still to come on GCW. Masha Slamovich versus Alex Price and Zack Sabre Jr. versus Tony Deppen. And Dirty Dango taking on Johnny Swinger.
Yeah, not John Hennigan, not, Johnny Nitro, Johnny Mundo. For once, there's actually a Johnny Swinger or something like that, and it's not John Morrison just in a new gimmick. It's discount Boogs. It's Boogs from, Five Below or,
he's your 80s pull up in a conversion van with lightning fucking spray painted on it. That cool dude.
Right. Well, yeah. The one that's got a dragon fighting a wizard on a fucking spray painted on the side of his van. That's right. Johnny Swinger right now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's a big fan of hair metal.
Yeah, definitely. Why is my screen just black? What is happening?
I don't know, but I got Dingo for the 1, 2, 3. Why?
Okay, there came back. You guys won't believe this, but we have a Slim Jim display at work of Macho Man. It's like a giant Slim Jim holder. Everybody wants to buy it. Yeah, absolutely. It's collector's edition.
Oh, yeah. When you're talking about the Macho Man, yeah, the cream always rises to the top. Yeah, dig it!
Dig it.
We're getting a replay right now of the video package setting up. Well, Diener, who I guess has become the new head of Violent by Design.
MDK.
I think that's really interesting and not a bad choice to where Diener is really getting a bit of a push here of he's really good. He's again of he's a bit of one of those guys of the mic work outdoes what he does in the ring per se, mm-hmm. But as far as in this role, he works perfectly in. You get him being just this little petulant rat that's picking at Sammy Callahan. Yeah. I'll come at you like a spider monkey.
Nick Watt. Where's Luna tonight? Luna was running late, and seems like she's running later than she anticipated. Life happens, folks, but keep tuning in. You never know when she makes it home. Guys, help me out. When does PCO always get a massive push in this company? He's 50 years old, Frankenstein monster. It's because he's so over. He's so loved. He's so big. He's so strong. He's doing moonsaults and flips and taking tombstones on stairs. it's something else. It's one of the crazy wrestling stories ever.
Sammy looking like a goddamn Twinkie out here in this giant ass yellow hoodie.
Spider monkey. You know, there's a monkey that purrs and meows like a cat. Did not. That maybe is just a cat, bud. Oh shit, folks! Oh shit, we had a wardrobe malfunction.
What?
Sawyer Wreck just laid out Deplander, D-Lander, and we had a bit of a slippage.
You saw her T-Lander or her P-Lander?
I think you already used the word earlier tonight. So,
I don't know.
All right, so Brian Myers is presenting the good hands to Moose because they're all in this little group together, or at least kind of.
Do something strange for a little piece of change.
MDK all effing day. That's what is being said on screen right now, C-Money. PCO had a hearse parked on his chest and didn't die. Man, he's been revived time and time again. I just wish he still had Vincent with him. I thought that was the best.
Well, I mean, this man started off to where they literally were carving a piece out of him, and like I think he's still got the little bit of flesh that they carved out of him in a jar to where they were pretending to have a car battery start in this man's heart and everything. But I do like Brian Myers here saying of, I started out just like you guys did. If he's mentioning pretty much towards the edgeheads and everything of you're flunkies, but you're my flunkies. So,
right, this one's for you for sure. Just because it's huge.
I need to breathe beforehand.
Deep breath.
Right. What about World Tag Team titles on Raw and Universal Tag Team titles on SmackDown? What? Get rid of this Raw SmackDown BS. They make it sound like a TV title, not a world championship. There's so many things to unpack in there.
I don't know.
But I do agree with you that they should split up the tag team titles, especially if we're heading to Night of Champions in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, to where we very much know Sammy and KO are not going to go.
Right. Here comes Blake Christian on GCW. If you guys are watching GCW right now, the heel Blake Christian, much better than the babyface one we're getting on Ring of Honor.
Right.
Luna is running late. Yes, that is Luna's fill-in at the moment.
I can find a wig or something. I mean, I can do something strange for a little piece of change.
WrestleMania weekend Impact versus New Japan card. PCO did a top rope moonsault to the outside twice. If you haven't seen it, yeah, I mean, he had a fucking outstanding rivalry with Jonah recently. Like, it was really fun to watch. I mean, he just battled Eddie Edwards. Lots going on. PCO's something of folklore down there, Nick.
Oh, he's edged his name in. Is he Canadian Mick Foley at this point?
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Yeah, I think so.
Just literally of this man who, the career who should have ended about 5 times over, but still keeps going, and clock keeps ticking.
For the number of people that I saw be like completely shocked, including myself, when you figured out, like, okay, this big
That's a Quebecer.
That's a Quebecer. Joey Janela on his way to the ring.
You say that, I've got something much nicer to look at. I've got Nina Brazzo coming out right now, so you can have that.
The Virtuoso in the house, folks. She will be teaming with Jordan Grace to take on your Knockouts tag title holders in the Wiccan, the Craft. Whatever.
Well, we do also still have her versus Jordan Grace for the Knockout Women's Championship at Under Siege. So
true story. So what if they won tonight?
Well, that's how you set up dissension, smellness, 100%. Am I the only one that I feel, and I say this respectfully, and I almost don't want to say it, but Jordan Grace coming out here with all of this green on, and I love you, girl, but you might have thinned down a little too much in the face here. She's starting to look like Reptile. With all of this green and shit, like
a Reptile. I think she's actually.
No, I'm not saying a Reptile. I'm saying Reptile from Mortal Kombat. Of like, get over here type of shit. Yeah,
you mean like a lizard.
I mean, well, Reptile is a lizard, but you can have that.
But no, I think there was a lot of talk about that. Now, I will say, like, I feel in the last couple times I've seen her, she looks like maybe she's out of competition mode. So she's put back on some fluid and some weight. I don't know. She did look very gaunt, very dehydrated.
You can look jacked as shit, but somehow your face looks sunken in and everything. That's what we're at here.
Oh. So the Coven is coming to the ring, folks.
But so who are you taking in this match? Whether you're taking the former champions competing to be champion, or if you're taking the Coven right now.
I think I'm going to go the Coven.
Really?
I think we'll have a breakdown between the other two, and the Coven will steal the victory.
Oh, see, to me, I think, granted, especially it's not for the championship. I think Team Babyface wins, and then that's after the match. Is where you get the pushing and the shoving and the build up.
Right. Maybe. I mean, them being tag champions. I mean, name value. I think they hold a little more weight here, so it would be very interesting if they go that route.
Well, no. The championships are on the line.
Yeah.
Okay, so then, well, fuck me. Pause. I guess I said it. I got to stick with it. I'm taking Team Babyface. I think you have the very much more sensible pick. Yeah.
This one's for you.
You just give me every long thing.
No, this one's got the belts.
They can have Raw and SmackDown tag champions for all I care, as long as they get rid of those ugly blue and red stripes. But then how will you know who's fighting for who?
Right? How do we know what
the only thing that separates the Raw Women's Championship from the SmackDown Women's Championship is the colorway.
Yeah, it's probably that generic cookie cutter title that they've had for so long.
Hey, but if I'm a company and I have championships that could change whenever it happens, do I want something that's signified towards one person, or do I want something that could change over and could be thrown out anywhere and everywhere and it still looks good?
I don't know what do you mean? Like, that's two separate questions.
As in
like, yeah, I didn't follow.
Well, no, I'm saying as in, would I rather have something to where the titles are actually differentiated, like seriously differentiated?
Yes, I think so.
Or would I rather have it to where I have a company to where anybody could win any belts pretty much at any time type of thing? So keep a unified look of instead of we get a Smoking Skull belt, we get a Brahma Bull belt, we get a American Nightmare belt, we get all this shit.
Specified marketing. I'm okay with that. I'd much rather have those unique, to the champion belts. To this day, we're still talking about some of those belts for that reason.
To this day,
do you remember when? Would you remember when Bray had the W? Do you remember when Roman had the W? Do you remember when this one had the W? Like, it's not the same.
Do you remember whether Austin had the Winged Eagle or the Big Winged Eagle? Do you remember if Hogan had the World Heavyweight Championship or the Heavyweight Championship? Like, it's one of those of I get a bit of what you're saying, but at the same time,
I think so. I think especially people that are very fond of belts or paying attention, Like I would argue most people in the chat would kind of be able to associate like this belt. And yeah, Hogan had the, big Goldie when he went here. Then, years later, Triple H was
But do
walking
they
around.
associate with eras, or do they associate with that champion? And because literally it just happened that champion held the belt through that era. Because that's the thing. If you go Big Goldie, you could literally go all the way back to the NWA belt, because that was the original NWA belt.
Yeah. No, for sure. I mean, I think, but along the way, you do recall those, that you always kind of link it back. Like, oh, I remember when Flair had that belt, and it would, I really do think it's defining when you have kind of that individual belt, opposed to when it's just one kind of, it's still the same shit. Identical, actually.
No, you're fine. I was gonna say everybody's just shitting on me in the comments of no, Daniel. The tag belts look like Baby Moon hubcaps off a 52 Buick. What?
There you go. There you go. Exactly,
right? Belt nerd.
Right.
Yeah. So like I said, you getting everybody of now. I've upset the belt nerds. I'm particular, I guess, with my belts.
Kane only held Big Goldie and the Blue Eagle Attitude Era belt. There you go.
And he actually only held the Winged Eagle, the Big Eagle, for a day.
Yeah. But I remember when he would pick it up and he would just like almost squish the actual waistband of it, like just squish that fucking belt and hold it.
You have no idea how much like old school Kane of, if I don't win, I will set my house. Like that was such like that to me was my pro wrestling of that. I was such a huge Kane fan.
Yeah. No, I mean, why? Yeah, no. And again, I like Kane. I wouldn't say I was a huge Kane fan. I love him, in certain regards, but I like the other guys better.
No.
Wait, who's your pick between Blake Christian and Joey Janela?
Oh, Blake Christian, clearly. Why are you asking me that I'm going to pick Joey Jarhead, Joey Janela, Joey Jelly Peanut Butter?
Kane also held the, yes, he did have that ECW belt. He really did.
Fun fact, Ezekiel Jackson was the last ECW champion. And a part of Paul Heyman dies every day knowing that Ezekiel Jackson was the last ECW champion.
He's like, Vince, can we just have one more title match?
Just one. Like, I'll finger poke a doom him and then just done, and then we call it a day.
Yeah.
I can bring in Bubba. Bubba will do the spot, I swear.
Right. Oh, right now, Taylor Wilde just all over Deonna Purrazzo. Kylan King taking the illegal advantage on the outside as well.
Right.
Mick, what?
Why?
He chokeslammed Chavo at WrestleMania once the match started and got the pin and won in what is one of the fastest. It's true story. Poor Chavo.
Second fastest of all time.
Yeah. Poor Chavo.
Yeah, poor Kerwin White. No, I want to touch on this one. When Kane unmasked, I was seriously disappointed that it was Isaac Yankem. Is that not the original, like, ultimate letdown point? When Kane unmasked, and you're like, oh, it's Krusty the Clown.
I don't get, and this is where people underestimate the cynicism of Vince McMahon at times, because I don't get who thought that was a good idea, Nick.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like, I don't get who was like, yeah, no, this will be perfectly fine. We'll just explain it. And then they came up with the rationale of he thought he had been burned, but his father, quote unquote, had been telling, like, what the, like.
Well, bro, when you watch so many movies from Blockbuster, bro, and you live on a certain part of New York, bro, That, and you're a big fan of Jerry Springer, bro. That certain things, bro, seem to fit better, bro, than they really should have, bro. And I'm not quoting Matt Riddle in any of that.
No.
That's who I think is at fault for that, because
Yeah.
that was it was a
It was
holy
dumb as
shit
fuck.
moment, but for not the best of reasons.
But I feel like, and I mean, we talk all the time about the fans of now, right? I feel like we all, as fans back then, went through like a very fucking a couple weeks of like, what the, this is stupid, dude, this is stupid. And then like a month later, Kane was coming out and kicking people in the face with his fucking bald head, and we kind of eventually forgot that it
With
was
the
all
towel and the shackles and everything. Yeah, you had a good moment to where you're like, is this really what I'm going to be invested in? Okay, this is what I'm invested in now. If we're fine, fuck it. I've been this far. I need to figure out and find it and finish out. I need to finish my story, like Cody Rhodes.
Yes, Three Amigos by Blake. Both men are down, and Jordan Grace just got taken out by Taylor Wilde, who also might
got
be
her with a 2 count as Big Elbow.
We have another door in GCW right now. Do we? I'm getting Joey Janela hitting the series of suplex.
That's like telling me the ring, the ropes are up and everything like that. Like that's commonplace in GCW, is a door, a pane of glass, a pizza cutter. Good gracious, oh my!
Mm-hmm. What's wrong with Bill Gates' cane?
What?
Unmasking Kane was a huge mistake. Giving him a personality was also a huge mistake. Yeah, touche.
I don't know. I mean, we got JR getting set on fire out of it. We've got Shane McMahon's electrocuted grapefruits out of it. So you win some, you lose some.
Right.
God giveth and God taketh away.
Right. This is how officially I've broken it that Big Dog and Big Nick are not the same person because of this.
That's how you finally crack the fucking code outside of, I'm here and he's not. Like
I just think, this comment definitely clears the air, because
this man is one of those of like, well, if I don't see you in the same room, then how do I know?
I've been dealing with this for months. Kane unmasking was a classic Bischoff botch. I don't think Bischoff had anything to do with it. I don't think so.
No, I was going to say, well, you just fucking won in the predictions here, because the Hex, the Horcrux, the Covenant, the Catastrophe, the Calamity, just retained as tag team champions.
I am the sun. I am the...
I've never seen a fucking blonde chick who looks like she orders a cafe mocha latte or whatever the fuck from Starbucks do the Undertaker eyes roll in the back of the head shit. But
Taylor's something else. Oh, here comes
hi, Naomi of hi.
Dude, this
if the yoga pants that are meant to accentuate certain parts of your behind were a human being, that is Trinity right now coming out.
What is happening? Like, damn,
you're wearing Predator camouflage and all the wrong.
Dude, it was 100% what I was thinking.
You're accentuating the things I'm not supposed to.
Oh, they had to turn the lights down so she starts glowing, and it just to what you said earlier.
Right, you're accentuating the things I'm not supposed to look at. What in the name of Giant Gonzalez is she wearing?
Wow. So handshake between Jordan and Naomi, or Trinity, sorry.
You can tell literally and figuratively Naomi is excited about this by the outfit that she's wearing. All signs point to Naomi winning.
I remember when he tagged with, oh no, we'll get back to that. We're still talking about Trinity. Now she's dancing.
No, I feel like she still thinks that she's in WWE to where they have the big pomp and circumstance and the big ass fucking stage and the long ass entrance ramp. And it's like, no, you don't have that, sweetheart, anymore.
This is not
like now you're walking out to a high school gym. Congratulations, you downgraded yourself. Congratulations, you played yourself.
Yeah, it's so. I hate to. It's got such a rave vibe to it. I mean, good for her, but so we go off the air with Trinity standing on the turnbuckle, dancing with the crowd. It might mean. Does this mean there's any chance of? They haven't really given us an idea of triple threat. Naomi said, or Trinity said, she'll be waiting for the winner of Grace and Perazo.
I'm ass man.
I'm an ass man. Kind of want to see Corporate Kane do a people's elbow.
I don't.
Corporate Kane was tough to take.
No, still my best corporate-ish Kane moment was when he was at the concession stand with, at the time, Sarah Logan, getting shown how to serve a hot dog.
Yeah, right? Are we on main event of Impact Wrestling? Yes. Well, I mean, you probably asked that a couple minutes ago.
We've been there and we went through it and we passed it.
That, right? If anyone's wondering, and we're not going to probably stick around much longer, but Joey Janela and Blake Christian are just exchanging forearms.
Well, I can pull that up, actually.
It couldn't have been Russo who came up with the idea for unmasking Kane. He wasn't there when that happened. Then who? Pritchard for sure. Dunn's a possibility, but I like to blame Pritchard for a lot of bad booking, and Vince is Vince.
How do you know that Russo wasn't there? I mean, Christ.
I'm trying to remember. Like, I'm trying to remember the timeline.
Well, no, I'm saying of even then, he's still the fucking, Inspector Gadget villain of, the claw of I'll get you next time, Gadget. To where, Christ, the whole reason Impact TNA lost their Spike deal is because they hid the fact that Russo was involved. So this is he's the mauve hand of he's the godfather of all shitty booking.
He might be
the Don Corleone of bullshit booking in professional wrestling.
He might be right.
You come to the day, you come to me on the day that Dixie Carter gets put through a table and ask me to book a shitty wrestling match. Like, that's Vince Russo.
Oh, 450. There was definitely a worse things in WWE over the unmasking of Kane, like Moolah. The hand is an all-time fucking oops. We always joke the gobbledygooker was fucked. We had a giant egg on stage.
Well, that almost became the Undertaker. There's the whole story going around to where he thought he was going to become Eggman.
Yeah, we even as a child, I was like, well, this is some bullshit. There's a fucking turkey in the fucking thing. But there's been not everything's glowing, guys. The history's definitely checkered and had some really fucked up shit. Especially, we've had a long list. Look at what Goldust went through the early 2000s.
Well, I mean, part of that is what he wanted to do. Of that man, Vince had to step in and say, "No, we're not going to do that, Dustin."
Right. The Kane thing, like I said, we got over it. I think that's what happens. Like, we talk a lot about why we tried to build this community and why we kind of brought everyone together, because we get mad about shit, but generally as wrestling fans, we get over it. And I see like this, we talk about the tribalism and the people that kind of beat the drum and lead that charge. And a lot of times it's you might not like Cody Rhodes losing at Mania. You might not like the new title. You might not like the fact that there's a secondary title. But at the end of the day, by the end of the summer, nobody's going to be talking about it if they do it right. It right.
I feel like people are already starting to not talk about it, and we're only a couple months out.
Yeah. So, folks, back to Impact. Good question, Mr. Unbroken. We will take a rating out of 10 on Impact. I don't even know how to rate this show tonight.
I was going to say, I don't know if I'm qualified for that.
Right? The Iron Sheik was from New Jersey. That's a lot. Yokozuna was not from Japan.
Fun fact, did you know?
Fun fact.
Now, I'll give Impact 7 Lunas out of 10.
7 Lunas out of 10. I'm gonna give it 6.5 goth chicks out of a weekly wrestling show.
So same rating, different vernacular.
Yeah, pretty much. I think that it was okay. I mean, it was what it was. Maclin Rhino was short. The main event was what it was. We're building to Trinity. I'll give them a bonus half mark for Trinity's skin suit. Well, that's it.
Fair enough. Well, I mean, Trinity's a highlight. Just she might be showing up on a different website, but that's a different thing.
7 out of 10 from Damien. 7 German suplexes for Joey. 5 golden rings.
Oh, I like this. It was his fault. Vance Russo. Yes. Blame Vance Russo. Goddamn Vance Russo.
Yeah, that Vance.
That Vance McMahon just showing up and just taking back over WWE. I can't stand it.
8 out of 10 says Kenneth. Okay, good. Okay. 7
We're
out of 10.
we're all in the same ballpark here of it wasn't a knock your doors down, but it's one of those of, is it just me or do you have a little bit of lower expectations when it comes to Impact? Because like that's the thing is I was on the pause the whole Maclin Rhino match, and I thought that was going to be a good couple minutes of like I forgot we had this women's match. I thought Maclin Rhino was going to go, and then it's just like dun dun, and it's done.
Right. That's a good point. It was definitely Mae Young, not Moolah. Moolah would never do that shit. Who gave birth to the hand.
Oh yeah, the same one that put sardines down there when she was having to take the powerbomb spot from Bubba and everything like that.
That's legend, bro.
Oh, bullies confirm that. I mean,
no. She's a legend for doing shit.
Oh, she's a legend. Oh,
like she's fucking mad.
Well, she is one of those of like up there with your hardcore legends of like your Mick Foley's, your Terry Funk's is Mae Young. 100% of that woman did not give a fuck about anything. Yeah,
she was the Betty White of wrestling.
And then she was the hardcore Betty White.
Yeah. Oh shit. So Joey Janela hits a coup de grace on a door.
Oh, I've got Charles Mason staring creepily at ringside here.
Yeah. So Charles Mason, who we saw win earlier tonight, has come out to harass Joey Janela. Gobbledygooker was just pathetic. I saw that as a kid and even said, "What?" Yeah, no, it wasn't good. Yeah, like 6 or 7-year-old KJ was not impressed by the giant bird.
Well, he was the original member of the LWO because there was a Guerrero in there. So. That's the LWO was founded on the Gobbledygooker. How do you feel now?
Right? Does that change your opinion?
Right. How does it feel that Titus O'Neil and the Shockmaster are distant relatives?
Yeah. Does that even make sense?
No, but
Gobbledygooker was just pathetic. Got that one. Nice running forearm. Impact gets a put some clothes on out of 10.
Well, she did. They just accentuated the wrong parts. They put the emphasis on the wrong syllable.
Right, 8 out of 10. This is a fantastic match on GCW. Abrupt end, but we're setting up Joey Janela, babyface, against Charles Mason.
Nobody cares.
I like Charles Mason, though. I couldn't really get into Impact. It was so far from what it was when TNA. Yeah, it was hard to get into tonight for sure.
Well, it's at times it's the process you get with some of the stuff when it's taped. We've dealt with it even with Rampage to where it's kind of, for whatever reason, it misses that little bit of mojo to get you really going through it.
Right. 7 Gobbledygookers out of 10 Corporate Canes. I like it. Oh, look. Mick thrilled. Oh, dude, I was 14 when the Gobbledygooker debuted. Right on. Slightly more advanced than I.
I was
And
gonna say, well, I don't. I wasn't using that in my trajectory, like and in the annals of
you would have been like
my
super
age.
young, right? Like you would have been.
I don't know what year did it happen. Someone tell me what year it
I
happened.
feel like it's Survivor. It was going into Survivor Series.
I was born around when Taker debuted, so
Yeah.
that's the
So
thing.
yeah.
I was a bit of a twinkle in my dad's eye around when we got the Gooker and everything. I was gookered out about
Pause.
when we got the gobbledygooker.
Happy Mother's Day.
Exactly. Hey, Mom. Hi.
Dude, I was 80 when the Gobbledygooker debuted. See, money is officially
1990. So I was 2.
Yeah, close. I thought it was late 80s, so 88. That's
yeah.
cool.
So like I said, I got gookered out when a little before the gooker there.
Yeah, I was a spry young KJ, but not very old at that point.
I was learning what colors were.
It's true. I had just got out of that phase. Alex Price come into the ring. Gooker debuted in 1990. Got that in 1990 Survivor Series. There you go.
Everybody's letting us know how I especially was a terrible wrestling nerd and not knowing when the Gooker gooked out onto the screen there.
You know how much shit we try and remember around here? It's insane.
Right. I was going to say, we're remembering Alex Price right now on a fucking GCW show randomly on a fucking Thursday. And y'all are mad because we don't yeah, I know exactly what happened the second, like frame by frame of what happened with the gobbledygooker.
So is this the main event then, Damien? There's nothing else? Just Alex Price Masha? I might be able to hold out for that.
I feel like you might want to have that.
I don't know. This ref is hot on GCW. I'm sure she appreciates it, Mr. Money.
Yeah, I'm sure. Well, I mean, she looks a little bit like Masha. So, I mean, does she just take off the ref outfit and they're like, it was me, Price. It was me all
along. This big dog is the spirit of 76. Oos.
Yeah. See, even more proof that it's not me.
Uh-huh.
You fucking doubt as I'm
reading. Yeah, I believe it now.
And you're like, I doubt that, sir.
Right?
Like, bro.
The Vince Russo comment made me believe. Like the Bischoff.
I was gonna say, man's out here admitting he's old enough to be like my father. And you're like, you can have that. That ain't what I'm mad at.
Is this, Big Dog is Big Nick Senior?
Bro.
That's adorable. Now I know where you got all your catchphrases running the family.
I was born with it, baby. I was born this way. It's hard times out here, baby. I'm Cody Rhodes out here. Wrestling for Life Network has more than one royal family. Why?
Happy Mother's Day from Linda McMahon.
Zombie Linda. Yes, Zombie Linda.
Speaking of refs, AEW signed Earl Hebner's daughter. There you go. Does she look like Earl?
She looked like a fucking Kentucky Derby contestant.
My question was better. It's like, don't take it.
And the crowd said nay. You fucker.
Give 3 of the 4 matches.
You know what you did. You know what you did. Acknowledge. Well, no, with the after I sat there and you know what you did. Acknowledge it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Moving on. Wait, give 3 of 4 matches to go until the main event. Right now, I have Alex Price and Slamovich waiting to kick off this shindig. So if that's the main event, woohoo.
If it's not, bye-bye.
It is not? There's more?
I don't know, but wait.
Is there more?
There's more.
I'm tapping. My first one I just saw early days with WrestleMania 10. Okay. I'll be 47 May 27th. Oh, big dog. Now you know where you're going to spend your birthday. It's going to be a banger on the channel on the 27th.
Right.
Let's go. 47. So you got me beat by almost a decade. Got you beat by a little more.
Got me beat by a minute.
Minutes. Earl Hebner got some? Yeah, of course he did.
Do something strange for a little piece of change.
Women love those little little bald guys that are enthusiastic and full of spunk.
I was gonna say, every time he sat there and he was in there with a woman, he sat there and kind of 1, 2.
That's all it was, right? Over.
Quick finish. Quick roll up finish. That man invented the fucking dirty roll up.
Are we staying for the rest of GCW?
I don't know. I'm broken saying it ends at 11. No,
Nick's like, I'm not even supposed to.
I'm not even supposed to be here. I'm working on y'all clock right now.
Right. Zack Sabre Jr. versus Tony Deppen. Mash is going to win this. We can move on. Zack Sabre Jr. versus Tony Deppen is the main event. Oh, no. So then we're tapping for sure.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, we got Steven Elimination Chambers out here saying he's 48. So I guess we're now taking,
And we've done where are you?
Now 49, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 51, 50, 52.
I want to know who is anybody out there?
Yeah, I was gonna say, where's fucking like Victor or something like that? I feel like, no offense, but I'm sorry, but I feel like you got some age on some cats here.
I want to know, like, if we got anybody that ever shows up that's like, if you are 80 plus and you have ever tuned into us, please let me know.
Why?
I just want to know.
Need to be responsible for Life Alert. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
I'm just curious. Send
us hoping for a will and testament, like hoping to get.
I'm gonna Anna Nicole this up.
My guy, like, what the fuck is you talking about?
This is what happens when the wrestling's not distracting.
Welcome to the channel where the wrestling may suck, but we never do.
Wait till Earl Hebner's daughter finds out Rey Mysterio is her real father. Not Eddie. Wait, what? Now we're on Eddie.
It was Vicky. It was me. It was me all along.
Vicky.
Oh, no. That's even worse, actually. No.
She's related to Dominic. Big Dog lured Nick out of hiding. Pause.
What? That sounds accusational as shit.
Hey,
like,
accusation.
What did it take to lure me out? Was it a what? Was it a beer? Was it a
buck and a pack of bubble gum?
You wascally wabbit.
Right? Like, fuck. Didn't take much.
I was going to say, out of hiding. So I had a night that I wasn't here.
Right. Masha Slamovich for the win. Damien's going for Masha. How does one watch this GCW? We have to watch it on Fight Boston.
Fight TV, and especially if you get that Fight TV Plus, you get.
They're all free.
Yeah, you get pretty much everything included with GCW, which God knows they're on so much. You get Wrestling Revolver. You get a whole bunch of stuff already included with that, and it literally costs you. It costs you dirt cheap than buying the actual show. I'll be honest with you.
I feel like this is the pause of the night. Meow. Have fun, Broken. I'm the younger man alive. I'm the youngest man alive. Benjamin Button. See money.
I was gonna say, my whole brain just got hurt there with that fucking gear shift of going from like, if this keeps going, I'm gonna have to call Cat Cover. Why? To I'm the youngest man alive.
Dude, at this point, we're just hanging around to hang around.
Isn't that kind of what we do?
Yeah. It was gimmick infringement, Nick. Uh-oh. Nick knows nothing about that.
My people will be in touch with your people, and we'll reach a settlement here.
Right. Masha just did 3 hair mirrors to a dude. Time to cut the locks, bro. He's rocking his flow, but I mean, it's got to hurt being thrown around by Masha by your hair.
Yeah, because two guys with super long hair, we know so much about that.
I mean, if someone, it would suck if someone tried to throw me by the beard, though.
That's one thing, but I mean, if they try to grab you by the hair on the top of your head,
you better have suction cup
keep
fingers.
keep reaching.
Right? They
You
better have
grab something there.
Is anyone taking Alex Price in this match? God, no. He's good, but
even God isn't taking it, according to KJ.
Right?
Jesus has denounced Alex Price in this championship.
I'm 50 minus 5 times 2, minus 40 divided by 2.
What is pi?
What is pi?
What is pi?
That clear enough for everyone.
Pie.
I tried saying Fight TV into my remote, and now my TV is frozen. AI, man,
come at me, bro.
You gotta watch.
Throw hands.
Right? It's you gotta watch AI. You tell it to do shit, and next thing you know, it's just shutting it down.
I can't remember. There was, and somebody was trying to program an AI to get past the visual, click all the images that look like a fucking fire hydrant and shit like that. Okay. And it was trying to fake people into the fact that it was visually impaired. So it needed other people to do it, and it straight out lied. AI is fucking scary at this point. It's already way far than what we fucking thought it was gonna be at.
Dear algorithm, we are a wrestling channel. This is just a side tangent. We love you. Please be nice.
Wrestling, yeah, no, I agree with you. Subscribe, subscribe. Of just say all the buzzwords of just hoping to appease the fucking fucking Skynet that is the algorithm.
Fuck, dude, it is something else. And I mean, you'll be okay. You just turn into Arnold and start running around yelling out shit. Yeah, get down. He's one of us. He's one of us.
Listen to me. I'll just run up on you. John Connor, listen to
me. I want your clothes.
I need your views, your subscribers, and your monetization.
I agree. Money talking about calling out cats over. Yeah, thank you. Not even lying. It's still frozen. Broke your fucking TV. Your TV wants to fight.
Okay. Well, or if we're talking about cats, that's what cats will do, by the way, because I have a fucking cat and she's a fucking hellspawn. But anyways. Right. Literally money. I'm
about to reboot the box. We're getting a play-by-play on the show.
I was gonna say, when did we need a fucking step-by-step?
The next message: help! He's choking me. What? What?
Skynet has taken over.
My bottle.
Right. Next, if you ever hear KJ show up here and say, "Do you want to take the red pill or the blue pill?" Fucking run for the hills. The end is nigh. The end is nigh. Time to run away.
Right. Nice side kick by Masha Slamovich. Damien's still watching the wrestling, so that's pretty impressive.
I mean, we are too. We're just not talking about it.
Yeah, no. Big back elbows.
Right.
They're going at a good pace. Look at Release German was beautiful though. Shining Wizard.
Right.
I want to fight every AI because I'm better than AI and they know it.
But we're talking about practice, man. I mean, not a game. Not a game. We're talking about practice.
You might cause the great reset. Oh, God, we're definitely getting flagged. I
didn't say nothing.
No, I think I started the bullshit with the AI. I was like, oops. A lot of wrestlers Memorial Day weekend. A lot of wrestling. Yes, we will be here. It's going to be a crazy fucking weekend on the channel.
Yes, but before that, it's Mother's Day weekend, so 100% respect to all the moms out there. There's plenty of moms in wrestling. We may be here, we may not be here. We're probably, honestly, most likely will not be here.
Right. Why? Speaking of moms in wrestling, this mom's beef between Becky and Trish is getting a little out of hand, is it not? Have you seen this?
I don't know. I mean,
Trish tweeting about her not knowing her colors.
To the local TGI Fridays and watch them throw hands here.
It's like a PTA argument
over a fucking soup and salad appetizer here. because these fuckers are they want to go at it in all of the Karen ways.
I'm addicted to professional wrestling. Oh, shit. That's one of the worst. We're not.
I would offer you a helpline, but it would just be us. So,
I mean, at this point, I think we're like a Wrestling Anonymous group because, yeah.
We're your Wrestling AA.
Wrestling AA, folks. Welcome. I'm Dave. I'm a wrestleholic.
I'm Big Nick. I'm a wrestling for lifer. That's what it is. That's 100% it is. I'm a for lifer. I've been a for lifer for just under a year now. This man started me off with SmackDown and just, dipped my toes in. And then,
just a taste.
I've been out here watching GCW, XPW, NWA, Battle Club Wrestling, like literally promotions I don't even know the names of anymore.
My
I've been out here doing something strange for a little piece of change.
My wife thought I was in the bathroom. I was streaming XPW. I couldn't help it.
I've had it out with my wife of I wasn't even supposed to be here today, but I'm here today just because I can't get away.
Right. I'm going to spray paint any robot.
That is 100%. If there is an advertisement for this channel, that needs to be that.
We need to write that down. I'm going to clip that.
100%.
Wait, Detroit has a RoboCop statue or Chicago? Is there really a RoboCop statue out there?
Welcome to Detroit City.
Are you sure it's a statue or not just?
I was going to say, is it how spray painted is it?
Right, this is somebody who's welded in there.
Is it made out of steel or what?
No, KJ. Becky and Trish are like beauty pageant moms fighting. My art is better than yours. Pause. Yeah, Big Dog. It's interesting. I don't know how. I feel about it.
Who's Honey Boo Boo in this bullshit? Then is Becky's daughter fucking Honey Boo Boo?
I guess so. I guess that's where we're going. Poor Becky kid taking a beating.
Right. Let me tell you one more thing.
Right? Becky's poor baby hasn't even taken a bump and she's getting shit on by everybody.
But she knows her colors. And then Trish came back with the savagest of responses.
Right.
And honestly, Becky, I respect you. You're the man. You ain't have nothing to respond back with that.
Right.
You were outmanned and outgunned.
I've heard a lot of people, very critical of all of this, but I mean, all right, let's go for it. Let's see what happens. Oh, the TV came back. Okay. Careful.
There we go.
Sleep with one eye open, gamer.
Woosah. We're not in The Walking Dead. No one's Rick Grimes here. No one's any of that here.
Right. Thank you for the support while I made it through.
That's 100% what we're here for. Is Alex Price with the double stomp on Slamovich. He even took the measures. If he just had to double tap just to make sure that there's no zombies, no nothing.
We have a couple father and son teams. I lost context on that one. I want to see Masha versus Brock Lesnar.
Masha.
Against Brock Lesnar.
Wants to see Masha.
Look at my face, Masha. She's like, look at my face.
With the fucking broken nose of like, look at what you did to my face, Masha.
Right. Oh, shit.
Masha.
Bro, white noise on the apron by Masha.
Yeah, she slammed a bitch right there.
Can we need to remind me, this is not the main event of this particular evening.
Well, this is the main event for me. So
it's 100% the main event for me, especially if she gets the pin right now, but she didn't.
Right, so. 1, 2.
Alex, stay down, bro.
Do us a favor, stay down.
Becky versus Trish at SummerSlam in a Real Housewives of WWE match. I'll dig it. I'm down. Let's go.
No, because there's no Maurice. You can't do that with no Maurice.
Triple threat player.
Special guest referee.
Dude, can you believe?
And she's just down there of like 1.
Deux. She used the snowplow on Alex Price. There you go. I called it white noise. Snowplow.
She used the Tony Khan. What?
Damn it.
You got it. You got it.
That one clipped me because I liked it. Price fighting back out, not giving up.
Mr.
Son of a
Khan,
bitch.
that name, that's
Would
my
you
name.
just-
That name again is Mr. Khan.
Right? This guy keeps kicking out. Like, just go home. Are you too good for your home?
Are you too good for your home?
Oh, Devin versus we're gonna have to catch a replay of that, buddy. The man versus the puppies.
2 count.
I'm okay with that.
No,
I don't get.
Why?
How do Sasha Banks?
How
Fans,
do Sasha?
How do Sasha Banks fans shit on Becky Lynch? I don't get it. It was bugging me last night. Like, they're giving Becky shit. I like Becky.
Well, it's one of those of how are Sasha Banks fans? Why are Sasha Banks fans?
Yeah, I like
Who
that.
are Sasha Banks fans?
We have one more match tonight on GCW. No, we don't.
No, you do. We don't.
We're trying to break the habit for a night. Can anyone name a mother-daughter wrestling team? NWA had a father and son. The Hawks, I think. No, I can't. Can I even think of? I mean, the closest. No, that would be father-daughter. Is there any?
I'm trying.
There you go. Price is out. I can't think of two, like a mother-daughter. Even
Price chokes out with the Gata
Kamehameha.
You're saying that like Kamehameha.
I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. Like, that's one of my favorite calls of all of them. It's a rear naked choke for me.
Yeah, it's the Katahajime.
With Rice and
the number 7 special.
and
then after this match. At times it ends up with and then.
Match is still your champion, folks. Okay, Becky versus Lita versus Trish and Maurice at SummerSlam.
I don't know if there's actually been a mother-daughter. No, actually, the only combination that I can think of is Saraya and her mother.
Yeah, that's
I know they have tagged together. That's the only combination I can think of mother and daughter teaming up together.
That's a fair show, Nick. Yeah, that's a true story. Because I was even trying to think of lineage, like a mom, then the daughter became famous in wrestling, and Paige would be probably a leading example. Because even a lot of the daughters,
Linda and Steph,
fathers, Linda and Steph,
Brooke Hogan.
Masha is. This is the last thing we're gonna call, folks, but she's got the belt down. Who's she yelling at? Oh, Blakey Christian, who they've had an ongoing feud, folks.
But see, that's the thing, is that this feels so much bigger and so much more entertaining and so much more compelling than every bit of. You take every bit of Blake Christian on Ring of Honor and pool it all together, doesn't even equal up to this real shit.
Right. Well, folks, Rocco, that is very true. It's very amazing, actually, when we talk about it. When people are like, well, Brock can't win the title. He's like a part-timer. I'm like, dude, showing up every...
He's been here every show.
He's showing up a lot. Would you want a son or daughter in wrestling business? Oh, God, no, I don't think so. I mean, if she wanted to, but I don't think.
Well, one of us has.
Man, I get upset when
one of us has an investment here, one of us doesn't.
Right? I get upset when she trips and scrapes her knee. Never mind watching her take a bump, but yeah, no, I'd prefer if she went into something less of a. It's just a different world. I'd rather her go another route if I had to choose.
You have that.
Right. I think that's fair.
Well, I was one of those of I don't know how to comment because.
Yeah. I hear you. Or would you be nervous in injuries? Yeah. I mean, again, injuries are injuries, but it's just more the the type of life as a wrestler, like the grind and the uncertainty and I mean, if she wanted to, hell, fuck, do it. But I mean, at the end of the day, yeah, if she could, be a doctor, be prime minister.
It's almost like us, trying to, tiptoe out there into the uncertainties of, trying to make it on YouTube and fucking Spotify and everything like that. So folks, if you want to help our, I guess, future kids' wrestling dreams, be a friend.
Yes.
Like, share, and subscribe.
Right.
I had to reach deep into the annals there, but I made it work somehow.
Right. Little, help out Haley J get to her wrestling dreams, guys. One super chat at a time.
Right.
With all that being said, folks, this has been a 2.5 hour Thursday night live stream. We are back tomorrow for SmackDown. Dude, it's been a long week. I'm feeling it at the end of this one. Good show of Impact, not bad show, not a great one. We kind of glossed over it. GCW's doing its thing. Not bad. We're not sticking around for the main event, so I hope you guys enjoy it. We can talk about it tomorrow. Check it out.
That's when we got the Discord, we got the Twitter, we got the Instagram, we got all of that. There's plenty of 1,000 ways you can reach out to us about this. But
that's it, folks. Check it all out. Don't forget, let people know, share it. We appreciate it if you can. And we're gonna be live more than anybody else forever. Nick, how you feeling?
Our shit is real. Our shit is raw. Our shit is authentic. When you're talking about the wrestling, you're going to put that for life with it.
Have a good night, folks. See you on the flip side. Come back tomorrow. It's going to be fun.